All right, guys. What's up? We're back. Now we got some NHL 25 gameplay that we're going to be taking a look at. It's been a while since I've gone live. Definitely going to be starting that up when the game drops on Friday. And yeah, so we're just going to take a look at some gameplay, break it down, see the differences between 25 and what we've been playing in NHL 24. And we'll see exactly how much of the gameplay trailer and how much they've sort of, you know, been pushing or showing us is actually going to transpire into the game. So let's take a look. This is from EA Sports. You already could tell the scoreboard in the top left. I do like that change because now it gives us some more room to look and actually see what's going on in the bottom of the ice. You know, every time when I'm playing defenseman, it's a big thing. Sometimes I can't really see what's going on. Now, already you can kind of see these, like, so this is a grudge match. They sort of, you know, talked about this in the presentation trailer and all that kind of stuff, whatever. This is the grudge match. So this is a special X Factor. I don't even know what that looks like, actually. It kind of looks like a helmet, no? I actually don't know. But then Hughes has on the other side, too. So that's like, whatever, this special X Factor that applies to the grudge match itself, or the rival match itself. What's up, Sean, Mango? How we doing, guys? So this is the Hughes brothers and Nasher. All right, Hughes brothers being the faces of NHL 25. Nasher being obviously probably the biggest face of EA Sports when it comes to content creation. Do you guys see, like, it looks like, I don't know why, if it's just EA Sports itself. Why does it look like every time they give us like a video, it always looks kind of choppy and weird? Like, can they not get the render, like the resolution correct? I watched this, is painful.
Yep, I'm Bratter.
Well, I mean, these guys are not going to be like expert, right? So I'm not really too concerned about that so much. But it's just a matter of, like, are we seeing somebody, like, a lot of the same stuff?
Back to you. Back to you.
Across, puck bounces, right? Like, we knew that was going to happen. We need to see the vision control. We need to see the empowered AI, right? There's a bunch of AI out there, so let's see if the AI is different. Oh yeah, the skill-based 1Ts, ping-based 1Ts. So we'll see if they even crank those at all. And then they mentioned something about the reactive actions. So it's like avoiding players and sort of like poke checking and stumbling and all that kind of stuff when you miss or something. So we'll see if there's any changes like that that sort of that we sort of see. But what's up? This here doesn't really show the L2 LT as much at all, or the skill-based 1Ts. Yeah, I kind of skimmed through a little bit of it. I didn't really. I think I watched it to like this point, and that was it.
I'll go rebound. You go net. Bang.
Shot. The skating looks kind of the same. Penalties are the same. Okay, hang on. Right there. Is that LT right there? Sort of like, okay, that, I don't know. Did that even look like what they were mentioning? It just kind of looks like a turn, right? Like a pivot sideways.
Oh my. Dude, these guys are grinders. Are you kidding me?
These guys play a real passive game.
This is unbelievable.
They'll take the puck.
Aren't they going to get the puck dragging effect here soon if they don't move the puck? They're all at red anyway, so it's like they're not even moving.
Yeah, big hit. Sit down.
Yeah, body checking. You're going to be seeing that. So, like, I am curious what this X Factor is.
Sit down.
Like, if it changes. See, he's got a different one. This one looks like the one that we saw in the video, where it's like it sort of looks like Born Leader, but not really. Like, it's different. He's got a stick raised up. What's up, Red Hawks report? Sorry to say, this video doesn't show much of anything. That is new. Skill-based 1Ts are broken.
Let him skate around. He's not doing anything.
And Hut 1T is absolutely broken.
See, that's all they do. They skate around.
What's up, sports stats? I don't know. I want to like take a look at a little bit, but then there's other videos that we could watch. There's one that from Sports Gamer, and then there's one from Eki, where they actually played the game. Again, it was like franchise mode. They were playing against the AI. I would have liked to have seen like a online match, but we don't really get that. Because like it's just kind of tough. Like these guys aren't really the most skilled, so this is different, right? This is all the same. It's just the background is different. Now we have a little smoke effect. Wasn't it just like a black screen? Like, so the menu is the exact same. Hopefully it's a little bit faster. Not just here, but in the main menu, we can actually see. What's up, Tin Man? How we doing? I'm doing good, guys. Checked Eki's Hut video. Yeah, Eki made a video against All-Stars difficulty and scored 4 1Ts in a row. Yeah, 1Ts are broken. Yeah, that was kind of the fear that I had a little bit. All right, so actually, yeah, is there anything that's actually good here? Actually, let's skip to the goals. Can we skip to the goals? Oh, they already have one. Did I already miss it? Oh, it was right there. Let's just take a look at the goals then. If there's actually nothing here to really see. Driving in. I mean, okay. I don't know. That's nothing new. Does he get another one? Oh, that's a save. How many goals are scored in this game? Wait, let me see that save. What is with these amount of breakaways? Okay, easy save. Nothing there. The gameplay looks, I mean, you could tell it looks and feels the same. Like it looks the same. If it looks the same, it's gonna feel the same. Unless they did something different. The visuals too don't look anything special either. Maybe that's just EA Sports and the rendering of the video. What is your NHL team? The Blackhawks. So we're not doing anything this year. Sadly. I think they got a preseason game happening like right now, almost. Oh wait, how was that? Yeah, like this is running into the goaltender effect, you know, whatever. Sliding, not going to be a penalty, I guess. Shot goes way wide. Yeah, these are all kind of the same stuff. Let's take a look at the goals. How many goals are scored? Nothing. Because they obviously can't score because they're not talented enough. Oh.
What happened? How did that puck not get
New
over?
perks? See, they didn't mention anything for World of Chell, right? So like, the only thing that I know from World of Chell is the fact that I don't think there's any new X factors, but they're gonna try. I think they want to change the speed of the game, so they're gonna try to reduce the speed of the game overall, like the straight line effect. You just take the puck and you just straight line past defenders. They want to slow that down. So it's going to be more east and west to try to get into the zone and like format a rush. I don't know. It's going to be tough. They may just change it back, or it might be the exact same and it's not even like finished. Based on this, it's like I haven't seen one reactive action like new animation. They had what 250 new animations, right? Where is it? Just wait. You'll laugh at the goals. They scored 2 goals, 1 each. You guys gonna win the cup before my lease? I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of just unfortunate what's happening with Toronto, right? I can only imagine being a fan over there for so long. I don't know. Who like edited this video? Was it Nash's team? Cause like, seems like something that he'd do, right? Shot saved. It's like music builds up to the goal. Let's see. It's got to be a goal here right now. Gonna shoot it. Look at that puck bounce. Oh my gosh, dude, we do not want to see that. Out of all the chances, right? First of all, let's recognize what happened here. Goes back to the point. Shot gonna get deflected right to number 71, so he can pick it up, right? 65 is no chance at that puck. Backhand from no angle. Clearly seen what the goalie just doesn't have enough stamina to save it. He's just too tired. Gets it, goes off his glove in the back of the net. This is NHL 24.
Let's go. Play for overtime.
And then like they're getting hyped like that was like, if only you played this game for a decade or and longer, you wouldn't have that same reaction. Icing. There's no yeah. Like good pass. All right, now let's see the game winner because he says 2 goals then.
No way.
20 seconds. Was this go to overtime? Nope. I mean, the music's cranking up, which means they're gonna get a goal in like 5 seconds.
Oh no. Luca's tired.
Oh, hold on.
Why does it look? Does it look like they're not even wearing shoulder pads? Like Pedersen looks like he's wearing just a jersey, like it's outdoor. Oh yeah, we're cooked here, guys. This isn't yeah. Now goalie stamina, he's at full bar shot here, gonna go through. He's gonna dive for that puck, and it's just gonna be like, guy runs in, doesn't even really pick it up, and just gets it. What's up, Stefan?
I think it's less than that.
Players look funky. Yeah, they do.
Hey, Quinn.
We're cooked here, guys. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, that's literally what it is.
Give us this.
I didn't see that. That's a bad goal. So books of goal or books of Joe. Glad to see the Fluke goals made it to the next game. The game looks the same. Wait, there was no. Oh, actually, I kind of skimmed through it. All right, but we got some other gameplay here. Let's actually look at Eki's game. This is against Superstar AI, so this is the hardest AI in the game. Let me get his perspective. So this looks it already looks more fluid. Like, I don't know, it's got to be something with EA. They just can't edit a video properly. The resolution is like horrible, but this doesn't look too bad, no? Like the ice actually looks. I mean, I don't know if you guys would say this is improved graphics, because it's like classic view. Let me see the presentation again. Presentation looks nothing. Well, obviously the presentation's not gonna be anything new, but yeah, it looks kind of the same. But doesn't it look like the ice is a little bit more like it looks more like ice? So that's new right there. That small little animation right there. That's what they mean by the LT right there. That's a new animation. I mean, it is. But that's nothing game breaking. That's nothing evolution. That's nothing whatever. How'd you get the game? I didn't get the game yet. The game's not out. I'm watching film here from other videos that people posted. Yeah, you're gonna be more bad with the 1Ts. I can't wait for Hack Attack's reaction. Okay. Let's see the 1Ts then. This is the type of guy that you would want to watch, right? This is a guy that's competed in many esports events, NHL's, the GWC. So he knows how to play the game. Here, works it back, shot. I mean, this is nothing different, but see that right there, number 23, nice. That's a different animation. And as a defenseman, right, we're going to be using this a lot, I would think. Just to try to find a different angle to then shoot. Something we didn't have before. The way we did this before was like the puck would be more like on his side, on his left side, and he would be like back skating almost. And then he would shoot. Like that would be like you're walking the line and then finding a shot. But that's like, okay, deflections, those are the same. This is just as OP. Of course, if you're online competitively, you want to get a stick on that. You don't want to let, you know, this guy's be right in the slot to deflect the puck, right? If he does get a stick on it, it should go in. If it's a good, obviously a good deflection. I never liked, is this like a new commentary team too? No, right? It's the same from last year. I never have it on because I'm just kind of like, I don't like hearing it. It's nothing fancy. The game, though, I mean, this is probably just because it's offline against AI. The game looks slow, dude. Like, we're not using 6'1 builds, 160, you know, pound. Caulfield gets around the bend with no stamina. Shot, save, easy. Nothing different there. Yeah, the LT from that, like, sort of backpedaling. So, like, somebody goes in, tries to hit you, you can sort of, like, LT and try to, well, maybe not. I'm not entirely sure how effective that would be. Like, it's not your traditional LT where you can pivot away from somebody. You literally will be pivoting towards them, which will make it easier for them to defend against you. They just run into you, and that's it. On a breakaway, stride deke. Same there. Easy body check. Nudge right. Works it back. Resets. Finds it up. Try to find the pass there. Didn't work. Colliding. So the puck pickups are the same. Nudges are the same. He's just getting murdered right there from behind. There's your cross check. So the cross checks are still in the game. Obviously, when you hit him once, then you hit him twice, right in the neck. That's a cross check. So that's going to be the exact same. So the penalties are not going to change. Kind of the same. I'm not playing. Yeah, this is Eki's gameplay here. Yeah, I'm just critiquing. Once the game comes out Friday, we'll play. LT move there. Find Matthews shot. I mean, those are kind of clean a little bit. Like, he goes there, turn. Like, he can sort of, even like, I would say if you're a forward player, it's like, wait, hang on. Let's say Matthews right there. Can he, how do I word this? It's like, can he do the same thing? Obviously, when you press LT, it's vision control, right? So if you're in front of the net and you press LT, you're going to look back at the puck. If it's on your side, like your team has control of it, whether you're a defender or a forward, like an offensive guy, you're going to turn and look at that puck. Can you do the same animation where you sort of stride as a guy who doesn't have the puck while looking at the net, if that makes sense? So like vision control without the puck. Can Matthews walk the line at the point, keep his body forward, but skate sideways without the puck? Can he do that? I don't know, because if you press LT and your guy had it at the right side and you're over here in the middle, you might just turn and face him. But what we want to do is keep center to the net, get that puck and then rip it like right away. Can we do that? Or if you're Matthews and you have control here, you press LT, you're gonna turn and face him parallel to him, instead of doing like sort of this. He sort of did it halfway almost. I don't know if that even makes sense. Like if it even really is a game changer anyway. But that would be like something you'd want to be able to do, even if you don't have the puck, be able to still vision control towards the net. When you do get it, then you can just rip it right away, instead of having to get the puck, turn back towards the net, then shoot it. I don't even know if it, because those milliseconds of time make like, that all matters. All right, there's your 1T. No, he's not gonna do it. Shot, but it does pop up. So it only is gonna pop up when he's got a 1T option. So this guy's not gonna obviously get a shot. He's on his left-handed side. He can only get a 1T shot there. And it actually, okay, never mind. The icons are all up. He's not gonna be able to shoot that, or maybe he just chose not to. But that's sort of like what I'm kind of referring to. I don't know if that's something you can even do. Hot take: when everybody hits Prestige 1, the game will feel exactly like 24 when everybody has their abilities. Yeah, the gameplay itself is going to feel slow, regardless if there was no changes at all going in at 25, because you're not going to have your build. It's a matter of, like, is Elite Edges even going to be on the table? And how fast will it be once we get there? Will it be the exact same feel? Because that's what it was from 23 to 24. We didn't have our builds. The game felt slower till you hit Prestige 1. You get your Elite Edges, you get your build, and now you're fast as hell again. Like, that's obviously an opposite. Oh my god, the game feels better now. Like, no, it doesn't. It's the exact same. Off the post. Yeah, right. How unlucky that was. Cross-check to neck is career-ending. What we looking at here? Cool, man. Yeah. It's kind of, yeah. I don't know how the game's going to be. All right, same exact move. But that's just AI. They kind of switched. Same exact move, but like, you see how he kind of kept centered? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on a second. Who is that? Riley? Well, that was actually... Well, that's Heat Seeker. Bang. And he shot it as the goalie goes across. So that does make sense for it to go in. And it is Heat Seeker. The thing is, like, maybe this is because we're not, like, 90-something whatever slap shot accuracy and power and all that when it comes to World of Chell. But like, we don't see goals from the point like this ever happen, even with like Heat Seeker 1T and all that, because we never have a good enough shot. But that is something you'd want to be able to do from once in a while. Like, realistically, if the goalie was there, you would expect them to make a save, because he shot it while he's moving across, and he goes butterfly, he's sliding to the right while the puck's going left. That should go in. Like, that is a good goal, in my opinion. It is a skillful goal because you're timing the shot as the goalie goes across, and you're shooting with accuracy away from him. If it hits net, it goes in. It should go in. That is a good goal. But I mean, let's say you have somebody who doesn't have 1T, Heat Seeker, or anything like that at the point. Can he rip it the same? And how effective will that shot be? That's a good time shot. I mean, that's clean. If the goalie doesn't move there, he should be able to make a save, though. Right? That is the difference. That's the skill gap. Human Tenny's not letting that in. Exactly. The ones that are good would stay there and see that. Just stay, you know, in the middle of the net, probably. See McCabe, works it back up. But then a manual sauce, that's crazy. All right, so here, okay, he worked that. So we didn't see anybody else. He's working that animation. Sliding, you know, keeping himself centered towards the middle. You know, a passing lane was potentially there, but he's working that. Cuts in, shot. So previous years, right? You cut to the middle, you could shoot a far side, right? Goalie was ready for that one. Maybe that was just that opportunity. If it was a little bit faster, maybe if he pulls it more, he can get a better animation. Goalie didn't get baited on that. He obviously read it, saved it. I'm just waiting for the game to have the goalie change mid-animation to stop those 1Ts. Yeah, because it's literally animations that are stopping these guys from, like, doing what they want, right? Like, it's animations colliding with animations. So you see him working the LT, cuts to the middle, shot. I mean, obviously, you know, you're in... you get anybody else who's online, he's going to go and blast this guy to the middle. Not allowing him to take a shot. Wasn't that effective from the high slot near the point. 1T potential there. Can't get it. What was that sound effect? That was a new one. Hang on. I don't know. How did that look to you guys? Listen to the sound effect. That. Was that the, like, it sounded like a stick lift animation. Like, it was, right? It looks like a stick lift. But from a defensive standpoint, look at how this guy defends. In the lane, stick on stick, inside, stick lift zone. That is a stick lift. It was like a new sound effect. I mean, I don't know if that's not game breaking, but like, you would expect. What you don't want to see is he's inside, the puck goes like here, he can phase his stick through the player, pick it up, shoot it, and score. That's what you don't want to see. What you do want to see is when he's in a good spot, he can deflect, he can stop it, stick lift it. Like, his stick looks like he's going through him right now, actually. So that's a problem. But you want to see those animations where the stick goes through the player to break the game, to keep possession of the puck. You want that to go away. Inside there, body check. I mean, body check seemed like a little still too easy. Deking is the same. Let's see how he did that. So that's like, you see how... Yeah, no, I don't know what that... Now it didn't look like he was able to do the LT there, unless he wasn't doing it. Because obviously he did deke right after, but like, he turned and he kind of pivoted, backskate a little bit. I don't know. Stick lift, shot on. Caulfield. Let's see, dumping in it. So dumping the puck in is just as slow and friggin' ineffective. Matthews looks very slow here, but that's because he's at mid stamina. Deking, it's the same. Shot, score, so that is the same. Now the goalie's got good stamina. He's got no bar. Goes in, shot, can still shoot it. I mean, technically, if you get an angle like that, you should be able to score. I still would blame their AI, but look at their AI. You actually see like the difference in who they're covering. I don't know. Let's see. Like, who's this guy, right? You would look at him and be like, do you know how to play defense? Because he clearly doesn't. But you saw, hey, hang on a second. Let's actually slow it down again. Let's slow it down again. Right there, look as he shuffles sideways, right? The vision control for defense. Shuffles right there. Now, if he had his stick on the other side, he could stop that shot. Hopefully. You saw him going for the hit. His stick's on the opposite side. Opens up the lane from the shooter. He scores. Makes sense. But you saw the difference in the defense there. If I'm playing center, you're going to wait for him to come in, curl in. Then you could keep square to him. Then maybe go up, body check, or poke check. It's the ability to stay square to the opponent. Right there. You see how he's shuffling, but his stick is the opposite side. You want to be able to do that while poke checking as well. Can you do that, or does this game not have those animations? Do you have to be skating with your stick up in the air if you're going to shuffle sideways and then have to initiate a poke check if that's going to happen? Is that how it is? Because that means animations are still killing this game. Why the hell would 8 not have his stick on the opposite side of poke check? What's up, Red Champ? How we doing? Based on all the videos of gameplay I've seen, today's sounds like a new AI glitch goal. Sounds like that's a new AI glitch goal. You want an AHL and LG hack? Well, the last 2 seasons I played. I didn't play the previous season of LG, but I played the past 2 before that. I was playing in the end. I might drop back down. I don't know. Because I missed the last season. Seen at least 7 of the D2D cross body 1Ts. Yeah, I haven't seen too much of the 1Ts yet. These are only the first few videos I've seen. But people are saying 1Ts are broken. And that not much has changed in the game. I mean, obviously, yeah, nothing looks much different here. Which is kind of what I thought was going to happen. But... so I'm not playing, Mac. This is, I'm watching somebody play. This is Eki's video of him playing against Superstar AI, which is much cleaner than whatever EA released with the Hughes brothers and Nasher. Just so you know, just saying, this is much fluid. I mean, obviously the resolution looks better. Hooks it back down low. That was good defense. Left side D needs to be a righty, and right side D needs to be a lefty. Is the hitting the same? From what I've seen, yeah, it looks the same. Again, like, nothing really looks different other than what you saw in the gameplay trailer. Like, but I don't even know. Empowered AI doesn't look empowered to me. They look the same. They just look like they've had a few new animations. I haven't seen them throw a hip check yet, which is what they said was going to be possible.
The Canadians win it. The coach and team reminding each other that this is a critical face-off. Anytime you've got your opponent on their heels after a
nice. So that's still in the game. I mean, obviously it is going to be in the game. Like, that stuff could go in, I guess.
You can feel the energy as they're all standing up. They've gotten 4 in a row. And gotta be in, and the coach will be impressed and go north. And this is exactly how you play your own zone.
What goes up? Shock and all. He also had the 1T available right side. AI get burnt, nothing's changed. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have been changed at all, really. Besides adding a few new animations. Like, he's gonna skate up, get body checked easy. Like, this is Superstar AI. The toughest AI you've ever seen, right? And man, stick lift easy. He just goes up to him. The guy's skating, like, very slow up the boards. Here, come hit me. Body checking on the boards. Breaking the glass is still a thing. Love to see that. How is that not a penalty, actually? You saw the guy's numbers. How? You're going to tell me that's not like a game misconduct, especially when you break glass? Yeah, right, that's a clean hit. Empowered AI is a joke. I mean, that's exactly what as soon as I saw it, I'm like, this is not different. This is not going to be different. They say it every year, right? But people are like, oh, it is going to be different. This, like, what? What are you talking about? Shot. So again, like, these are like just different animations, right? Like, that's going to be like this was the first thing that they showed was that. That's not going to be like super game changing. It might give you a different look, but you could have added that any year in the past, realistically. And it should have been in the game. Besides what they had shown, what they put into the game as what they refer to as like a LT pivot. Like being able to spin and turn like your Patrick Kane does not apply to every single player. But apparently you could do that with elite edges and pull the puck away and just spin like a top for so long. And that's what they thought was good to add to the game at that time. So you take that out to then eventually add this. So people are like, oh, it's different this year. We're heading in the right direction. Like, no, we're not. Because this should have been how the game was played 5 years ago. And I stand by that. Oh, but it's in the game now. Stop crying. It's like, yeah, but like I said, 5 years ago. So imagine if they did add this 5 years ago. What would the game be like now? Because you wouldn't be, you would be changing it, adding stuff to it. The game would be a lot better if it followed what you guys determined as like good for the game. Like, oh, these are good changes. Imagine what they could add in the future. Imagine if this is the same team 5 years ago, and then what kind of NHL would we have now? Why do we have to wait so long for these changes to be even made? Aggressiveness is too low for the superstar AI. Yeah, it doesn't. I like the few changes to how they cover their man. I don't know. The AI don't really look like, maybe it's just Eki's. I mean, look, 15-1 superstar AI. Now, like, does he have? I mean, it's one thing to put on superstar AI. I mean, I've played this game a lot in the past when it comes to offline before I got into the online scene. Now, does he have the difficulty adjustment 6 out of 6? Does he have the strategy adjustment 6 out of 6? Because what that does is that turns the game into being difficult to being basically game breaking for the AI. Like they get animations that just win them every single puck battle. Oh my god! Look at that one, team. It doesn't look like he has that here. It looks like he just put on superstar AI, and then difficulty adjustment 6 out of, or it's like 0 out of 6. That's what it looks like. Because, like, these guys are moving slow here. Like, it's easy to play defense on them. It looks like rookie almost. But I know he actually did show he actually did show the difficulty in the beginning of the video. Like, they're not even hitting them off the puck. They would be hitting them off the puck easy. So you saw there, the 1T. Bang, red. So, is that just not timed properly? Is that also a reflection of his body position? Because let's see here. Facing the puck to then turning and shooting. No, it looks like it's good body position. It's just poorly timed, I guess. It would have missed in that anyway. I play all-star difficulty and strategy adjustment 6 out of 6, and like difficulty adjustment 3 out of 6. The more I discover reality, the more I regret pre-ordering. Oh well. Like, that's the thing, right? Like, you go back to the video that EA dropped, a lot of people in the comments were like, bro, this is the same. Like, this is NHL 24 with a, like, with a couple of, like, just a very slight difference. And then they're like, yeah, I'm going to friggin' refund the game. Like, that was probably the worst video you could drop to people at that time. And even, like, what you see here, like, this isn't different. It's the same here. Body checking, that didn't work there. Body check that worked there, but you see like the animation, it's like different, right? Like it's almost the same effect. Goes in, body check, and he's in the boards. The guy's in the boards. He's in the bench basically with his stick. Gets body checked, not a single animation for that. But then he'll switch to somebody else, to Marner, who doesn't know how to hit, and he can actually hit and knock the guy off the puck with that type of stumble animation. Like, it's still going to be that, where it's like an animation colliding, you know, where it's like you may be able to hit him, you may not. There's nothing really clean about it. Even that, he missed that. Obviously, he should. But it's just like, it's like just a force of unrealistic animations. What was that? How did he lose the puck right there? control. Like, the game does look slower, but that's just probably because it's these guys playing. I don't know. It's not the lead edges. So there's a 1T. Bang. Shot. That would have missed the target anyway. So even if you do get a green, it's not like dead, like right on target. Any different game modes in the game? No, this is the... I don't think there's anything new. Besides what they did to franchise, that's the only game mode change. I think they added a couple things to Hut, to World of Chell, but like nothing new in terms of that. Year after year, I hear people complain on this game. What is everyone expecting them to do? Give us a game that's worth playing. Like, we're spending $100 for a deluxe edition for the game. And the game doesn't look different from the last. Like, there's just a few details. Like, what are they doing each year? If they're not giving us new stuff. Like, franchise mode is probably the only, like, really good in-depth thing that they did. But gameplay doesn't look any different. And whatever small details they're going to add to World of Chell and Hut, that's not worth the $100 we're paying. Right? Like, I can understand that's a sports game, but you got to understand that, like, we need to see a change. Like, we need to see new stuff that look better. Otherwise, why are we playing the next year? Like, why? Like, hell, it's $130 for people in Canada. What? Like, what? I don't know. It's just should be a lot better. And if you really think about it, like, there's nothing pushing this franchise to improve because they don't have competition. But nobody's gonna pick up the game of NHL and try to make it better than EA at like now. You would have to really invest. A company would have to really invest in this game to do that. It would have to outperform EA for EA to feel pushed to improve the game better. When 2K was in the scene, EA won that battle. And you could think that when 2K dropped out, EA was ready up until probably NHL 20 or probably till NHL 14, which was the last good game of the old gen, right? As soon as new gen hit and 2K was no longer in the scene, this game took a big deep dive, right? Like, deep dive down, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't improve really that much, and there wasn't really an incentive to do so. Yeah, imagine he scored that. Yeah, the game just looks slow. Like, this is how fast they can skate. Like, I don't know, man. That looks slower. I don't know if that was a good thing. 2K needs to make the NHL games, but say they're not going to do that. There's no incentive for them to do that anymore. Because they already failed. Well, like, what are you going to do? Round 2? And exactly what are they going to build upon? Like, they'd have to really... They'd have to redo the engine and do everything from, like, the bottom up. You can't really do that. It's not going to somehow compete and win against EA Sports, no matter what you do. But the reason we do complain, right? The reason is because we're trying to make this game better. It's not that we're just hating to hate. I think people sort of don't understand that, like, perspective. And it's like, oh, all you're doing is complaining. They're not going to listen to you. It's like, yeah, they're not going to listen now. But the whole point is, like, we provide feedback. In 3 or 4 years down the line, we can hopefully see those changes. Because that's the whole point. A lot of things that they add take several years to actually develop. So hopefully, you know, we pry on... Like, if you think about it, a lot of people complained about how the LTs were being abused back in 2021. It's NHL 25, and they're no longer really a thing. Now it's changed to this. I mean, that's longer than we want it to be, but at least we got that change eventually, right? I mean, it's points, but it's not really points, right? Because, like, the overall product is still poorly executed. and it's still pushing people away because they're not really seeing their money's worth in the game. So yeah, the celebrations are still the same. How the answer 2025 going? How you playing already? Yeah, no, this is not my video. This is a video that I'm watching from Eki. So I'm only watching whatever was released on YouTube. So the game doesn't drop till Friday for early access. I'm just commentating over it. Game is slower and offline. Yeah, but it just looks like a little extra slow for me. Like I played offline a little bit, and even like online versus, and the game doesn't feel, that doesn't look like it should be this slow, especially for NHL players, right? Like, yeah, their stamina bar kind of has an effect on it too, but game just looks extra slow to me. Like it's not moving as fast as it should. I don't know if that's just unrealistic to you guys. Like, do you think these guys should be able to move faster? Like people, I don't know, NHL 24. Let's get to the next one. So this is from Sports Gamer. This is from franchise mode. I'm assuming this is where the 1Ts will start to pop off. So I think I looked at it briefly.
It's all been building, the anticipation leading to this moment, and we're about to get the opening face-off. And we are officially underway here.
But yeah, like it does look like the ice just has extra shine to it. I don't know. That's all I really see. That's all I'm really seeing. Did I just see the same damn win celebration? Yeah, it's the exact same. Let's see. 1T. There's Panarin. Back to the point. Yeah, right. No way he blasts that from where he was. But see, at least he can save it, right? Like if he shot it right, that probably would have went in then. But like not everybody has like a howitzer cannon, you know? Does JT... Okay, he scored there. Wait a second. This is JT Miller? Does he have this rocket of a cannon in real life? That wasn't even... Oh wait, is that JT? Is that actually his name or what? No, it's K-Andre... What? K-Andre Miller. I was thinking JT Miller. So here he scores based on the other perspective where this guy shoots away from where the goalie is. It's on target. He shoots and scores. Now, I don't know. Does Miller have this cannon in real life, or is this just something because he has the green bar and he's shooting towards the open net? And anything new to be a pro? Nothing. What do you need to play NHL 25 in advance? Just early access. You got to pre-order the game. I'm not playing this game. I'm only watching for anybody new coming in. Miller is not really a shooter from the blue line. Game Pass Ultimate includes EA Play, which in turn gives you 10 hours. Yeah, that's how I'm going to be playing it, because I didn't actually pre-order the deluxe edition. I wasn't going to pay the $99 or the whatever $30+ extra to get hut packs that I don't use. You know what I mean? Even if it is 7 days early access or not, I could spread the 10 hours across the board. I'm not gonna have too much time to play anyway. Well, if you give him that space, I think he should be able to walk in and score like that. I mean, maybe Shesterkin gets that, but I mean that's a good shot because it's right in the slot. So yeah, I've never paid extra for that stuff either. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, so this is NHL 25. This is, I guess, franchise mode that we're watching. That's a goal IRL too. Yeah, like realistically, when you see certain animations, like like this, he's in the slot. He should be able to score that. If the goalie does make a save, you would think Shesterkin would be able to somehow make that, but from where he was, like he's not making all those saves every time. So. Market is way too small to try and split it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a matter of like EA won the battle for NHL, so they're just gonna reap the benefits as long as they want to, really. And if they're making money, they're making money. But like that's the thing. like the budget's gonna get lower and lower because less and less people are buying. So less and less additions to the game are gonna be made. And if you notice too, it's like this is what the third game from the new lead devs, right? That came in. They came in what 2022, right? Chris Engelhardt and his buddy. I don't know. I forget his name. They came in early 2022, right? Somewhere around then. So I can understand when changes to NHL 23 didn't happen, that they basically took the year off to work on NHL 24. So the NHL 24 got the big package of gameplay updates and stuff, which was not well received from the community at all. Okay, Zibanejad. Yeah, right. I mean, Zibanejad does shoot this, though. It just looks a little too fast. It actually gave him, wait a minute. 100.1 miles per hour. That's how fast that was. What would be, like, Ovechkin's number there, you know? But, like, wait. Does he have 1T? No, that's just how Zibanejad cranks the 1T, I guess, right? He don't actually have 1T as a trait. That's just his slap shot power and accuracy. Is it 99? Like, what is it? Fitzgerald? Yeah, I don't know what this other guy is and his buddy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know these guys' names. I can't remember names as it is. But like, what basically what I was saying was like, NHL 23 got almost nothing besides the cross-platform matchmaking, and then they changed like some tuners, and then they didn't do anything else. So NHL 24 got the big package, and then NHL 25 is like they're off here again, right? It seems like that's what they're trying to do. But franchise got a big addition, so. But like that again, like you don't just give one game mode the big pack and then think that that's enough. Like regardless if it's skeleton crew or not. Yeah, this is a lot of the same. So I don't know, man. I want to see. Yeah, there we go. A low shot for a rebound. Those are the same. Thought during a review trailer they said pretty much everyone can 1T it if they time it right. Well, yeah, but like even still, if you're not a guy that can boom a 1T, you shouldn't be able to just shoot it and boom a 1T. Like if you're not that guy, you're not that guy. Not everybody is Ovechkin, you know. But he's got the goal 1T, so you would expect him to be able to crank it every time. But like, that doesn't mean Zibanejad should just be able to do it if he doesn't actually have the shooting trait. Same with Miller. Keandre Miller. Crank it at the one, like crank it at the point just because he timed it right. It should still go based off your stats. Because otherwise you're just going to see people abuse the 1T again. And people will time it right online. But I am anxious to see how ping does affect that. Because again, if you have like 50 ping and you're going to try to time a 1T, it's going to be different than if you had 4 ping. You know, 20 ping, 10 ping. Like there's a difference there. And how close of timing do you need to have? You know, because if you're at like 70 ping, you're going to try to shoot a 1T and you time it wrong. I mean, you're not going to be able to shoot it ever. As opposed to somebody who is like 10 or less ping. So I don't know how that's going to work. I like this game play a bit more in terms of AI and how the AI defends. Here, let me actually take a look deeply at how the AI is defending. Because I'm not seeing... Maybe I'm just not focused on it. It was an easy body check from Fox. Is that all it took? Fox? Yeah, just a little Whoa! Like the guy's just flying. Like 50 can't hang on, stay on his feet. And obviously you got the human player playing. Pochek there, goes right back to him. So defense is going to remain the same, basically, is what I'm basically saying. Stick lift there, so the stick lifts are going to be the same. Pochek in, he's staying square, turning, then Pochek in. I think he should have been able to block that shot right there if he had timed it right, AI. But it's like weird. It still feels like the animations, like poke check. I mean, he didn't like stop poke check while still skating, but like those have always been in the game, right? It's just like at certain times you get hit with the animation where you're flat-footed, and then that's what allows the guy to go right by you when you poke check once. My opinion, for franchise is not a simulation, it's more arcade. Well, like that's the thing. Like, do we want a simulation game or an arcade one? Like, you should be able to pick, like in previous years when it comes to offline, whether you want the sliders to be more arcade-like versus more realistic. Online, though, I feel like should be more arcade than it is simulation. Because simulation is realistic, slower pace, relying on the puck bounces and, you know, all that. I think the arcade is where the gameplay's faster, up-tempo. It should be more of that. And based on the actions of the game that are actually happening, not so much the puck luck that you would actually see in hockey. I want less simulation when it comes to an online competitive standpoint. But that's the thing. Not everybody wants that. And I don't know. Competitively, you would want your skill to have more of a say versus the luck of the game. It's probably going to be broken for a while, and those guys will automatically score on the 1T. Yeah, and I wonder how builds will change. You might just see people, like everybody just rocking 1T when it comes to like wings and even maybe like defense. You might even see it. All right, let's see the AI defend here. So is like 67 just not able to skate or something? Like you're talking about Miller skating up right side with less than, you know, full bar. I guess he's just gliding, right? He's just we're just practicing, right? We don't want to chase down the defender or chase down the puck carrier. Like, what are we doing? I want the game style slider back. It looks a lot like 24. There were times earlier where the AI was really defending the space, which you rarely see in 24. I want to be able to crank it to simulation for franchise mode. I understand the game can't be simulation online, but that makes total sense. Yeah, like I feel like yeah, they got rid of the sliders, right? Like the preset sliders. Like you can't make this game arcade-like anymore, right? Or I guess simulation, because it is already arcade. That was just because before, yeah, they had like what they had. I don't even know what the first slider was, but that was like arcade, competitive, which is the online tuners, and then it was simulation. You should be able to have that, but when 24 hit, it was like all one slider. You couldn't really change much. Let's see. How did he score there? All right. Wait, how did it even happen? Let's see. Shot gets blocked. Turn the other way. You got three guys standing in the same spot. Why not, right? But like they're not even full stride back. They're just gliding. 22 is not full. I still don't look. That doesn't look like full stride to me. If you were, I don't know, it does like real hockey is different, right? He would be like head down, head down. This guy looks like he's half up, half down. 22. He's not full skating back like he should be. And why didn't he back check Trouba? Because he scored. Like 22. We don't know how to back check appropriately, right? You know you've got this guy in the middle. That pass was made. Turn your body, go towards the puck, and poke check it. Nah. Let's not do that. Oh, look, he's got more ice now. Hang on. You see that? Ice right there. A little more ice effects. Like, do the graphics... Maybe it's just a video resolution. I mean, the graphics don't look any different. But yeah, 22, that should have been stopped. If you're back checking, he would be diving and poke checking right there. At the very least. It kind of looked like he could just go and just stop Trouba's stick from shooting. Like, basically stick lift him or poke check him from behind. He didn't do that, huh? Like, they should be full hustle back, and they're not. That is the difference in the AI. They don't do that. Unless they're, I guess, game breaking or something. I don't know. All right, let's see that. Body check. He just hits, and it instantly grabs the puck, sends it back up. Now let's see the player. Yep, makes sense. Goes right back to the AI, because that's, you know, how it's always been off the boards. He can go for that body check. They mugged him from behind. Both sides. Quick pass up. Well, hang on. The AI did something different there. They went inside, outside, inside, out. Or, no, not really. I don't know. That looked weird to me. Shot, easy save, but I guess Shesterkin likes to flop over. I guess he kind of does that anyway, right? The guy lost. Yeah, I don't know. What about the difficulty? Is it on hard mode versus the AI would be harder to play against? Yeah, I don't know what the sliders are here. It actually would have been a more telling sign to watch over the AI when it comes to Aki's game, because he had superstar difficulty. I don't know what this is, but yeah, I guess that would also have an effect, is if he's playing on rookie or pro. But I would assume, like, if this is sports gamer here, like, you're not going to show us rookie AI. I don't think. Even like pro AI, like, this has to be at least all-star. And all-star difficulty should be able to back check appropriately. Yeah, like, that's just how it should be. It should not be that easy. Interception there, works it back across. Like, these guys could reset. These guys should be full resetting. They know they didn't have the rush, so work back, collect yourself, format a rush, and then go back up. These guys are still doing the same, but they go pass, to then eventually find this guy. And the AI for your team doesn't know how to actually cover when they're going east and west. And it's like there's no angle. Well, actually, that was the player too. Yeah, let's do backhanders, right? In what dimension should an AI do this move? Why is that a backhander? No, that's the same AI, dude. It's literally the same. Whether it's a few different AI, animations, them talking it up like it's empowered AI. What the hell was that? That was a stick lift, no? Oh, no, he did hit his hand there. I'm not playing. I'm just watching the game. This is what was uploaded to YouTube. I'm just critiquing the game. Look at 50. I didn't even notice that. What kind of hit was that, 50? Go back to... Oh my gosh, dude. What kind of body check was that? He just goes strolling by. He just tries to hit him. And I mean, what is going on? I think total controls are still in. I'll be waiting till it's free. Starting to piss me off. Bro, it's just yapping. Well, what do you want me to do? This is a live stream. I have to yap. That's the whole point. I'm not actually playing, and even if I was, I'm still gonna be talking. Can I not talk? Thoughts? Says I don't even know, bro. What do you want me? The thoughts from me is that this game looks a lot like the other one. Seemed like they lied about the AI. Yeah. What's up, Chase? How we doing, bro? Moto. Imagine the tilts. Can't believe how it looks the exact same. Oh, look, this guy's online. I don't even know who he is. I have my notifications off. I don't want stuff like that to pop up. Body check, gets hit. 28 just is flat foot. He just doesn't know, right? He just doesn't know. He just doesn't know to get back, right? He's a defenseman. The puck's to his left. He just doesn't know. Oh, crap. Even 7. In what world was 7? Dude, actually, if I do focus on the AI, I will flip this desk over. In what world is number 7 going to be flat-footed and just looking at Smith over here to the right? And it's just like, you know what? It's not my job. And they're on the PK. And you've got 2 defensemen flat-footed. And then now the player doesn't know how to, like, tuck in a one-time, basically breakaway. He didn't drive to the net here. Go back forehand and tuck this home. He didn't even shoot. Work it back. Yo, he's got a 1T. So Sider shoots. I mean, the shots. Okay. So that wasn't a full 1T. That was like a little snapshot 1T, I guess. Like a half shot misses. So you even if you get green, it's not a guaranteed goal. Shot tip. But you do know that, like, you're going to see people rock 1Ts now because as like a main trait. Like, instead of make it snappy, you might see the one-timer, like the 1T trait, be used again more than make it snappy. Like in NHL 24, people couldn't really shoot the 1T without flicking their arms up when they mistimed it. Now, when you do add a timer, you may need the trait to actually shoot it, you know, more on target now. Or to actually, like, time it properly. Because they, like, if you have the trait, you might have a bigger window of time to actually flick up on your right stick to actually shoot it. Like, when it's off, you may have to have a precise timing needed to actually shoot it in the green. With the 1T trait, you might just have, like, a bigger grace period of, like, you know, you don't have to time it exactly on point as long as you just eventually flick up on your right stick. Throw in, shot, save. So there, I don't think there's any changes to Be a Pro. They didn't mention anything of it. They did a big deep dive of franchise mode, but that was it. 7 is just looking. Yeah, he just doesn't know to get back, right? On the PK, when your team's down. Early in the period, I guess nobody knows how to, like, actually have common sense, right? Back door. Work it back. If it's, yeah, so that's your one-touch pass off target. Like, the one-touch was a cool addition, but when you can't get it on target, it looks really piss poor. That was the one critique I had with the one-touch pass. Is like, it wasn't always on target, and I guess it makes sense because he's turning. He goes like, like from that. That doesn't even make sense. Which makes sense why it missed, but like, why is he getting that type of animation? Just face forward and get it. So they confirmed Be a Pro's untouched. I'll be skipping from the second year in a row. Well, if you were just in it for Be a Pro, I mean, you haven't had to pay the game since NHL 21. It's been the same since 21. That's why I haven't done a Be a Pro series in that long, because it's the same. I don't want to go through the same cutscenes, the same dialogue, the same commentary. It's just way too much time. Like, it's not fun anymore. So this is, I guess, well, I mean, this is just a basic game, but this is, I guess, franchise mode. I don't know why he hasn't put franchise mode. It's not like he's actually breaking down franchise features and all that, but it's just a regular game. But their crossers, 1T. I mean, I guess Panarin should be able to shoot it like that. Although it just feels weird, like the animation. Like, he doesn't look like he was actually ready for it. Like here, he's not ready for the 1T. His arms are not back. He's not, like, turned properly. It's like the animation sort of turns his body. Like, yeah, right. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like he should have been even ready for that shot. And it was. So let me ask you, excluding Be a Pro, do you think NHL 25 is worth it? I mean, without my hands actually on it, I don't want to give that saying, but like, it's definitely not worth the $100+ for the deluxe. If you're an offline mode player and you were just in it for franchise mode, you may have something if you get the standard edition, because it's different. Franchise mode's gonna, you know, be obviously different. If you're just in it for Be a Pro, no. If you're just in it for, like, whatever, shits and giggles, probably not. And if you're in it for online, I mean, if you're a casual online player, no, this game is not worth it at launch. If you're a competitive online player, then yeah, because it's for competitive reasons. Like for me, I'm trying to enter leagues. I'm trying to play LG. I'm trying to eventually get into esports. I have to play the newest edition because I have to keep up with that grind. If you're not in it for that, and time is not like of the essence to any particular grind, this is not worth the money, the price that they have up front. It's just not. If you're in it for franchise mode, the deluxe edition is not worth it, because what is the purpose of getting it 7 days early? Just wait for it to come out. If you're so desperate to get into franchise mode, and even if you're a casual player, same deal. What is the purpose of getting it 7 days early? Or to play HUT? Like, if you're a casual player, it's not worth it. But like, that's the thing. If your intention is to play competitively, then I would say, yeah, you're gonna have to get it 7 days early. And you may not even need to actually get it 7 days early. You could still get it the standard edition, get a game trial or something. And even still, if you wait a week, it's not like the game is gonna be like, you may be a little bit at a disadvantage because you're gonna be level 1 versus whatever. People are gonna be already freaking prestige 1 when it comes to online, probably in a week. Some people, if they just play 2s all day. But nah, like, it doesn't take too long to rank up. As long as you go through the grind and just sort of, play, you'll eventually get there. Like for me, I hit prestige 1 at the end of October last year. Like when the game first, it was like the first month. By the end of that month, I was level 50. So I had done what I needed to grind for the perks, or for the traits. But that's the thing, you don't need it. You don't. I think I didn't even get the early access. I played like 1 day for early access, and that was it, I think. So I mean, it's not really worth it for 7 days, unless you're just. I mean, if you play HUT or something, I don't know what your intentions would be. But I mean, that's just up to you. I'm not playing, so anybody joining us, I'm not. This is a video that I'm watching. This is gameplay that people have dropped on YouTube, and I'm just basically looking at it. What's up, Night Brisk? How we doing, bro? Is Elite Edges confirmed not in Chell? So people were saying that they were going to get rid of it. I don't know. It wasn't necessarily confirmed, I don't think, but I would assume that was the change. I think based on, there was like a tweet or something from somebody who I think, I'm not sure if they said it or not, but gameplay looks bad. Yeah, it looks the same. As a junior hockey player, that one-timer animation looks amazing and realistic. You don't know. I mean, it can look cool at times, but like how it gets to the animation doesn't make sense. Like if you were referring to the Panarin 1T that I was breaking down before, the 1T itself looks cool, but it's getting to the animation of like him facing the puck here, then all of a sudden facing the net, and just like within a blink of an eye. I don't think he could do that. But like the animation itself, okay. I mean, it's not like a horrible animation, but custom roster is not going to come out till November, the earliest anyway. The launch rosters are confirmed. Shit. Wait until it's free with the EA membership. So I ended up playing 24. I got bored after a few days. I hope the builds get new X factors. I don't think that's going to happen. They didn't mention anything. If there was going to be a big deep dive change to World of Chell, they would have done a video on it. The only thing they said was that there's going to be like in-game live events or something. I don't even know what that means. But I'm assuming it's going to be something outside of club finals for World of Chell. It's the only difference. Can't really change the gameplay. That makes no sense if they change everything. Well, yeah, like, but you can clean up the shit. You can make the game, like, you can actually address the changes. Like address the issues that people are having. The speed can be different. I don't know, the passing, the physics, the going through the boards. Like, you can change all that to make it smoother, better, more realistic. This looks slow motion. Just like that breakaway looks slow motion. I mean, okay, Lafreniere is tired, I guess. But like, Sergachev wasn't even breaking away from him. It's just, I don't know, man. I mean, of course it is AI, so like it's not like human players. Like this would be a lot different than top esports teams, right, when they play. But it's, I don't know. I sent that too. B Pro would have no changes outside the empowered AI, which is a joke. Yeah. I don't know. It just feels like even if they are slow, like they should be faster than that. I mean, I guess, hey, I mean, he's at low stamina, fine. Circuit Trap though can be sprinting, and he's not. That's an AI error, but that's like, okay, you're empowered, but nothing changed with you, AI. How's Beer Pro? It's the exact same. I guarantee you it's the exact same. Now the replays gotta, this is different. The replays, I actually wasn't really paying attention to the replay so much. This is different. They said like more in-game, I don't even know what they called it, but it was like different replay camera angles now. So now we actually can see like what's going on. I don't quite understand why we're getting it from like this far back. Like we're getting it from the member of the stands. We don't need that. We could have it closer, but just, you know, like make it look closer. I don't know. Why are we so far away? Okay, this camera angle is the exact same. Which actually wasn't that bad anyway. But like, okay. I mean, I don't know. It's not really game changing anyway, so. Scoreboard's cool. I mean, people that say that it's a copy and paste, that's one thing that I will say does not really need to be said. Oh, look, this is a different angle. Look, it's the same animation, but it's a different angle now. Oh my god. Now we get it from Shesterkin's third-person view instead of the close-up. Oh my god. Even this. Wouldn't we have more players, though? Why does it seem like they're short-staffed? Like they don't have all the players on the ice. Oh, look at this animation. Look at this camera view. Look, he's got the ice shavings on his leg. That camera view was weird. Blurry as hell. Why is it moving so far, so fast? Can we, like, relax a little bit? Game looks better, but same gameplay, it seems. Yeah. I mean, the gameplay, again, the gameplay had a couple changes. Now, I haven't seen... Okay, here we go. Hang on. Yeah, so this is a different menu for the franchise, which is, I guess, cool. I don't play franchise, but it is cool to see, like, more stats. I think now you can actually see, like, the other scores. You can go into those games to actually see who scored and put up the points. But, yeah. Any tips for new players? I mean, I don't know. Are you going to play online, offline? I don't know what your intentions are. If you're a new player trying to enter the competitive or the online scene, I mean, I don't even know where you start. Because I would say you could start offline, play some offline games, get a feel for the controls and all that. Then you can hit online. You can play World of Chell. You can play Hut, online versus. You can just kind of play whatever you want. But there's nothing really like, I don't know, like specific that you need to do in order to get ahead of the curve. It's just a matter of like, just getting the reps in and all that, and then you'll eventually grow from there. I feel like the more reps, the better. I like the grudge match feature, but I hate the animation after scoring. Yeah, like I don't know. The grudge match was like, I'm actually more curious to see what those X factors are, and especially how that would work in World of Chell. Because like I mentioned before, I was kind of like, I don't know, like I didn't know, like what didn't make sense is like, let's say you have your team, your 5 guys, your club. Let's say it's Hack Pack, my club. I have 5 guys. I'm on the team. and I'm playing with 5 guys, and we beat this other team. Now, let's say we face that same team again. Like, let's say I had a hat trick, and I faced the same team again, and the other team had 5 new guys playing. So it wasn't the same roster, but it was the same team. Does that mean I still have the bonus effect of whatever is going to be applied to me against that team because I beat that team? Or is it going to be who's on the roster? Because that changes the ballgame. That shouldn't work for World of Chell. If, like, you're playing LG and let's say those games counted, and then you switch teams and you play that same team again with a different 5, like with the different 5 guys, then why would, like, all of a sudden, like, let's say you're on, like, you move to a different team, you face a team, and all of a sudden this guy has an effect because he beat your team before without you even on the roster. Like, what is that? That wouldn't even make sense. If it's based on the players in the same 5 guys, then regardless of which team member you're on, because, like, that would also affect, like, let's say you beat this team, but then you switch to another team, and then you face that same team again with a different squad. Like, do you yourself, because you beat them on another team, do you, when you face the same team again, get the same effect? Like, it just doesn't. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't think it's going to be as smooth as EA was trying to talk it up to be. I don't think it should apply to World of Chell. I think it could apply to Hut. I think it could apply to franchise because you got generally the same guys on the team, and it's you versus another guy. If it's Hut, I don't think World of Chell makes sense to do that. It is. I mean, it is confusing. I don't know. It just. When you try to think about it a little bit from the World of Chell perspective of changing squads and not playing the same 5 guys, but you face the same team, I don't know how it should affect or not. But team-based, I think it's team. If I wouldn't know for sure, player-based would change a lot. Yeah, but I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Like, if you're on a team and then this guy somehow gets an effect because he beat your team without you even playing, that's like, I don't know, that just doesn't make sense. Are they finna do online franchise this year? Are you talking about, was it GM Connected? I think they said no. I don't think it's gonna be in the game. Probably until 26. I don't know. I mean, it's funny because it's like, okay, these are the changes that we had. Actually, let me actually look at something else. Let's go back to EA here. Here's what's interesting to me. Let's go through the gameplay trailers of previous years. The length and what they added. So this is NHL 23, NHL 22. Let's get rid of these other tabs because we don't need to do them anymore. This is NHL 22. Let's get NHL 24 on the board. Where's that deep dive? Here, and then NHL 25 right here. All right, start with 22. Now let's notice the length of these videos, right? So NHL 22, you got less than 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes in NHL 23, 15 minutes for NHL 24, less than 5 minutes in NHL 25. Okay.
NHL 22.
NHL 22
game built on the Frostbite engine and powered by next generation consoles, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S.
So these were the changes in 22. Frostbite, the X factors, the enhanced stick physics, which is something we're still dealing with today. Augmented reality UI. What the hell does that even mean? That was augmented reality.
Augmented reality UI.
Oh my god. Game breaking. I never saw that animation once. Hang on a second.
Augmented reality UI.
Well, let's write this down. That's never been in the game. That was never in the game. 3 years later, it's not in the game. But it's in the trailer somehow.
Not only the best gameplay, but the
like,
best
look at the choppiness of the gameplay. Like, this looks way different than if somebody else were to post 22 content. This does not look like how it is. This looks like it's old gen and it's 14 and below. That's how it looks.
Not only the best gameplay, but the best looking game to date. This
like, EA does not know how to release good, solid resolution to their videos. It just looks bad. Like, this looks bad. Unless it's like a close-up, then it looks a little better.
including atmosphere.
Yeah, but this is like, okay, frostbite. But you okay, you know, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 things that are different. I don't know how this augmented reality even changes gameplay, but let's.
The changing environment and events around them. On top of that, detailed enhancements on both player models and game environments have been ramped up.
Let's eventually get to it.
Unique character and authenticity. This also includes micro details on uniforms, higher resolution ice, and 3D ice spray that interacts with the environment.
High resolution ice.
Lastly, the physically based dynamic lighting system powered by the Frostbite engine unifies all elements within the game. Now, materials like cloth, visors, and helmets react realistically to light. Metal shines like metal.
I mean,
Glass reflects the game in real
when you
time.
go close up to something, it actually looks decent. It's like the further away you go, the worse the game gets.
And ice glitters depending on the amount of stress caused by the action on the ice. With all these upgrades, NHL 22 makes every rink look and feel like the real deal, including a certain arena that will be hosting its first ever NHL contest this upcoming season.
Superstar X Factors is a game-changing gameplay advancement inspired by the
Superstar X Factors. So this is the X Factors we're dealing with in NHL 25. This is everything. Now, this is a big change. You would say this is a big change to gameplay because X Factors now are the real thing.
Defense and goaltending. The game features
I've got
29
like,
different
oh my gosh,
Superstar
bro.
X Factor abilities
Like
assigned to
acne
players
in my hair,
2
dude.
tiers. Premier zone abilities.
Shocking off. So this is all that we're dealing with. This isn't going to change for several years. Several years. They would have to revamp how they do builds and all that, and the attributes and all that. If they were going to basically remove the X Factors. Like, this gameplay looks bad. This looks like old gen. Old gen.
Speaking of authenticity, we are now
This is from EA. Okay, stick physics. This is what we're dealing with in NHL 25. That.
end results are more
Yep.
accurately represented puck battles on both offense
Yep,
and defense.
I'm sure.
For instance, attacking players are now able
Right.
to protect against a defender's
That's never
stick
happened in the
and
game
drive to
once.
net with force. More outcomes are dictated by proper body
Like, this is
positioning,
what...
which decides
Okay, you
whether
do
stick
see
and
that. Where the stick ties up with the body.
interactions get
But they don't show how it goes through the body.
driven through or lead to penalty calls.
Our new augmented
Okay, what is that?
broadcast system animates on top of the action in real time throughout the game, including when one of your special abilities are performed to give you an understanding of its
Augmented reality UI. That's not a gameplay change. That's a presentation change.
impact. When in the
That is what they call augmented reality UI.
exceptional highlight reel moment occurs, 3D graphics will appear over your player, letting you peacock against your opponent that much more. Also, the system
Thanks, Kevin, for the subscription on YouTube, man.
simultaneously to
I appreciate
the game, helping you manage your strategy in real time.
Yeah, this is
without
a
having to exit
presentation.
the game.
That's a presentation. So 1, 2, 3. 3 things is all they actually. Well, yeah, Frostbite is a gameplay change. Even it is an engine, obviously. So 3 changes to gameplay. NHL 23.
Welcome to the EA Sports NHL 23 gameplay deep dive. We're excited to show you some all-new features like
Oh,
Last
yeah.
Chance Puck Movement,
Last Chance
Real-Time
Puck
Strategies,
Movement.
X-Factor updates, and more. Last Chance Puck Movement is a new series of
Last
desperation
chance
gameplay
puck movement.
animations
This thing that we
extra
still deal with in NHL 25. So everything that is added to the game is basically being built upon. They're not getting rid of it. They're just adding to it, which is, you know, you want something that is added to the game to last. That is the whole purpose of that. You don't want something to be having to be taken out to be replaced with something else. Then that means that feature that was in the game was not done right. It means it wasn't, they didn't want to keep it, or the community didn't want it to be kept.
When this happened, there was a loss of
So this is something we're still in it. So X Factors, Frostbite, the stick physics, Last Chance Puck Movement, all these things are in NHL 25. These are things that they wanted to last.
authentic and
To
mostly
build
immediate action.
upon.
We wanted to fix that, keep the flow of the game moving, and create more dynamic and unique plays. We've also added a new mechanic where if you double tap, either shoot or pass while skating towards a loose puck.
Like,
you'll be
this
able to
is
get diving, desperation,
seen in
and
the
chance
game.
puck. To make all these new desperation animations feel authentic, we focused on replicating real-world examples seen in the NHL. And what started as a small set of 25
And
animations
this is how they show it. I think the first time they've ever actually shown how animations are actually made.
It's also important for us to
and done.
ensure the feature is balanced. So we added these moves in defensive situations as well. And if a defensive player is in a good position, those desperation plays can be
But like,
used
you see how
to
wonky that is?
And if a defensive player is
This.
in a good
He sort of like
position,
goes for it. That went through the fucking leg of Carlson and the foot. Well, no, not that one. That one bounced off and then, but his initial slice through the leg
desperation plays
happened
can
there.
be easily countered.
That's
To ensure
going through his leg.
authenticity, We try to keep you on your feet as much as possible before resorting to these more
Like in their own
compromised and
gameplay
uneven
trailer,
shots.
they're showing
Strategies.
choppy
To help give you
gameplay.
more control over the action, we've updated our strategies.
I wouldn't
across the
necessarily say this is a gameplay change. Like, if you take this to online, to World of Chell, this doesn't apply. None of this applies.
We've added
It's all based on the players. This is just for AI's sake.
23.
Which I guess you could say is a gameplay change. But that's not something that's, again, revolutionary. That's going to change the AI. Because you see them still doing the same thing.
Triangle plus
Like, you see two guys in the same spot. There's nobody down low here. How does that ever happen? On a power play, there would always be somebody quickly rotating down. There's no way you'd have two guys in the damn slot there. No way. Like, what is... who is that in the back? Who is that? That's just standing there. Nobody... You wouldn't stand there. You would not stand there, dude. Like, this is... That's in their gameplay trailer. Like, that's how piss poor they are right now.
We've also added the ability to rearrange the player position.
I mean, this was cool. It's just... It's not, like,
before and after
a big effect.
Which will increase
because when it doesn't actually work... Like, you would have to go in knowing every single specific thing for strategy to actually see, to actually place your guy right. And even then, like, it still doesn't look right. How is number 20 not going down low here? They're all just in the slot there. He would be behind net, then he would be rotating to the other net or something, or to the other side of the net for a pass there for Michael. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not seeing it right.
Distributor, finisher, and
you playing LG next season? I will be. I should be. I just wasn't able to do it this season because, or the last season, I guess, because of things happening Monday, Tuesday. But I should be back into form there.
These will pop up in game and let you know when there's an opportunity for your
pull the goalie again. Like, strategies is not a significant change. X Factor changes. They added 2 X Factors in NHL 23. Skilled up, and then it was the last. It was like relentless. And then this is added in the game too, which I've never seen anybody to this day ever actually pull that off. But okay. And then that's the relentless.
Is relentless, which increases your ability to shoot and pass while
so I was going through 25's content or gameplay, and now I'm going through the different gameplay trailers to see exactly what they added up to now, and see what has lasted and what has been changed,
and how they line up with the more popular ones.
So
AI. This year,
AI, artificial intelligence. Look at how choppy this is, dude. When you is it just, I don't know. Is it because it's a close up? No way, this looks that bad.
Our AI's goaltending.
Look at the goalies, dude.
Just
dive over.
Will now have access to more tools than ever, with over 300 new save animations that were previously.
EA is so good at pretending they added new features.
Adding more authenticity to their role. We also address the fundamentals, like improving goalie intelligence.
Should have been a goal.
And ensuring we're rewarding.
Yeah, like these goalies can dive over from post to post to making these amazing desperation saves, and then a simple backhander from a weird angle goes in.
And puck tracking.
Shot. I was surprised that didn't go in.
AI skaters, they'll now gesture to indicate when a player is open and
that's AI. That's not human players doing that.
Defensive side.
That's not a gameplay change. That is actually more presentation than anything else. That's not a gameplay change. Even that is a game. That is a presentation change.
When they're taking
that's not a gameplay. So AI. Okay.
These moments all lead to.
So they added last chance puck movement, strategies, and this.
More authentic.
That's what they added.
Interactions and dynamic
that's NHL 23 wrapped up for you guys.
Feedback on NHL 22. We reworked
pass
assist.
Pass assist. So we're no longer passing ahead. Oh wait, that still shows up in 24.
Times you'll feel like you're completely off target.
Yeah, it still happens to this day.
Specifically on powered and out of vision passing.
Right, still happens to this day.
We're improving the ability to
oh my god.
Intercept
now this I'd say it was in 22. I don't know.
If you're well positioned.
Quick pick could pick that off.
Player will still be able to pass the puck behind
the guy. Although we see AI on superstar difficulty with 6 out of 6 difficulty slider adjustment, they're gonna pick that off. I guarantee you.
So the defender
he'll turn and just randomly get it. Like that's how they win the game.
We've also heard your feedback around.
Okay, so this is the big change to poke checking. Remember in 22, you could hold your stick out and you gain a speed boost. This is what they did to change that. NHL 23, and we're still going to be seeing it in NHL 24.
Reduced player movement speed.
Now I can get it to a certain degree, but when you have momentum, you shouldn't be in quicksand when you poke check once. That was the problem with 24 because everybody blew right by you because you poke check one time. Now I can understand that from a certain point of view, but when you have momentum and you poke check and your guy is visibly seen like hitting the brakes almost, That's not something that should have been there, because that's just like completely. You had to be super passive when you were playing defense, or you had to hold your stick out a certain way to be more in front of them, which is what I eventually started doing, where I can like sort of pin them with my arm to like stop them from moving. Sort of like that, but then when they got around, they still got around. So
we increased puck carrier speed to create more separation between players.
Yeah, so last two LG seasons I played in the end, but I might drop to the A. Who knows? Or could maybe drop all the way to the E. Who knows, right? I don't think people know me that well. All right, so this is something I don't think people fully understand is happening. I think puck carrier speed, people say like you get what, like a 3-point deduction to your speed. If you're at 94 speed when you have the puck, people say you're at 91 speed. I disagree. I think you're faster. I think you're actually faster. How many times have we had somebody skating side by side and the guy with the puck breaks away? He doesn't have, and I'm not talking about wheels here.
To create more separation between
he
players.
has. I'm talking you bounce off the boards and you're shot out of a cannon. You can't do that without the puck. We're still seeing that in 24. That is probably the biggest change that they wanted to add to 25. And we'll see in World of Chell if that is actually happening. This, I think, people say, nah, I don't, or it's either like you lose 3 points to your speed or 2 points to your speed. So if you're at 94, you go drop down to 92. Or you may drop to 91. I don't know. But I don't think that's the case. Now, I'm not looking at Connor McDavid here. I'm talking about elite edges, 94 speed, 94 excel, with like 91 agility or something, whatever. I think you get the puck and you do a certain animation, you're shot out of a cannon. And you're faster than everybody on the ice. That is why people straight line. Because they get the puck and all of a sudden they just take off to another level. That's not something you wanted to see. Now, if you nerf that a bit, keep elite edges in the game, I think we have a solid change when it comes to gameplay, because now you can't do that. Allow the defenseman to skate faster than the puck carrier. That is what should happen. Don't make the game completely slow, but make it nerfed a little bit to where you're not just able to break away just because you're holding up on your left stick, clicking in. That is the big change, I would say. But I think people underestimate, like, look at the AI here, dude. Like, this is, again, NSO 23, piss poor, whatever. Like, he didn't go to hit Connor McDavid there, I guess, right?
Thank you for
that's why they cut it when they did, right? Because they knew what was about to happen was he's going to slip right by, and these guys are just backpedaling. It's Connor McDavid, right? Like, we don't have to actually turn and try to poke check or hit this guy. He comes up and he stops. You see that? Like, gotcha.
Thank you for tuning.
Okay, so NSO 23, the only real addition was the last chance puck movement. One addition to gameplay. You do understand that when the lead devs or whatever were switched out, and Chris Engelhardt and whatever Fitzgerald, whatever his other guy is, came into the scene, it was like 6 to 8 months or something prior to this game dropping. That is why we had basically nothing, because you had to adjust to the development team. You had a whole different vision being implanted. They did that. They sacrificed this game for this one. That is what they did. Oh, is everything okay with the YouTube side? Said chat disconnected. Hang on a second. Let me just see if everything is fine. Is chat and everything all good? Or is it just on my side? Yeah? Okay. Alright, cool. So they took off NHL 23 to prepare for this one. And you see now, like, they're putting a lot of effort into this because they were trying to really bulk this game up. Also, they had the content creators, the big names out there, invited over to Vancouver to actually see how this process was undergo. And they actually were part of the, the changes, I think, because they actually did some of the animations for the team, which is cool. You actually had big names like this, Nasher, going through the gameplay. Now, this is big. This is a lot. Look at all these changes. This is what they were prepping for. That's why they took NHL 23 off.
I'll be showing you raw overhead gameplay so you can see.
Now let's quickly go through this.
And I'll give you my thoughts as well. I also sat down with the lead creative director of NHL 24, Mike Englehart, who's going to give us
Mike
some insight on why they made these changes.
I thought it was
Before I
Chris.
jump into this thing. The biggest change, without a doubt, to how the game plays this year is the
Mike
exact engine and
Englehart.
everything that falls
And then
under
I
it.
guess, is it
This
Chris
is the
Fitzgerald?
where pucks are pinned in the
Is that his
offensive zone for an
name?
extended period of time. As the
There's
offense
got to be a
goes
Chris in there
pressure by
somewhere.
completing hits and holding possession of the puck, a meter will fill right there in the middle of the
Yeah,
ice.
so this is the
Once
full
that
pressure. Now, you can go through my World of Chell review of NHL 24, which went over all these different changes, but this was horrible at the start of 24. It was like 2-3 shots and it was full. You could hit the guy and it was like it would fill in, and this was way too OP for any offensive team. In threes, it was horrible as well because you had so much ice out there, and the puck ragging allowed the meter to be filled relatively quickly. That's why it took several months to fix, because they didn't actually anticipate people hating this feature. And it showed up on the beta. And when the game dropped, it wasn't any different. It took so long to fix because it's not an easy fix. It's not an easy fix. Gameplay by the Hughes brothers and Nash was horrible. Yeah, I looked at that at the beginning of the stream, and yeah, it was not that good. Take away total control and the hitting. When that play of mode be a pro. Yeah, I don't know.
Defensively, you're going to be hit with a pinned effect. So
pinned effect. So they changed this to where you're no longer added a extra nerf on top of your defense, right? So they changed this to where now it's just based on your stamina bar, and I think the offense gets a buff or something, or maybe it's one of the two.
And you got 30 seconds to make the most.
30 seconds, yeah. This kind of doesn't.
This is essentially a game within a game, as you're not only battling to
game within a game, right?
But you're also battling to fill this pressure bar. Once it's all the way full, there's no doubt about it. You can actively see and feel the difference.
That's the type of game we want to play, right? Game within a game. I just want to play the game of hockey, not deal with this mini game. Like it was actually really ridiculous, right? Let's say you're on the PK, or not even on the PK itself. Let's say the puck's on the left side, you're a right defenseman. You could just back skate, sit right on your net. Puck's, all this is happening on the left. The guy takes a shot, a rebound, and a hit, and it's full. And you're on the right side doing nothing, and apparently you get this effect. Like, the sense of it doesn't make sense. It was active far too quick in the beginning. Now over time it was adjusted to where it took several, like the puck rag didn't affect anything to it. It was just on the actions, and you still took like 3 or like 4 or 5 different actions. You had to intercept the puck, body check, or shoot on net, and that's what actually filled. I think overall, when the game got to like February, that's when this system was okay. And I think overall, I would say it's actually not too bad now. And from a competitive standpoint, if a team has pressure, I think it's actually set correctly now. Now, do we think it should be in the game? Probably not. So I think if you're playing defense and the puck bounces to the offensive team, and you're just in a good spot, but the puck's still going through or something, like it's now you're just fighting the game. And if the puck luck goes to the offensive team and they just get it, now all of a sudden they get a bonus effect to have even more puck luck. It's like, okay, now we're getting a little bit too OD here when the game is against the defensive team. And it's not even based on the skill anymore. It's based on the fatigue of every player, which will eventually tire out the defense, and then the offense will eventually just score anyway because of that.
Energy levels in the game, shots.
I'll complain about anything. I mean, those comments have no value at all, dude. That is what's so funny. I get those comments all the time. Every comment that I make about the game is to improve the game. If we're just complaining to complain, I wouldn't even be here. Plain and simple. You guys are complaining about my complaint. Like, you're just complaining to complain about me complaining. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's actually meaningless. The game between Nash and Hughes brothers not doing any justice at all, considering the footage was back in July before the game even close to being published. Pressure system was horrible because it was already broken, because you literally just not even skate, let alone pick up the puck. Yeah. Broke fours and killed so many fours leagues.
Now, occasionally those desperation saves will work. I saw
It's not made for fours, pressure system in that mode. I mean, I don't know. When I play threes, it's like, you know, you kind of play a little bit differently.
The net is left open and you can bury
Now this is stupid. I'm not gonna lie to you. What is the goalie doing there? It actually doesn't make sense how they address goalie fatigue.
More goals scored from more dangerous chance. The type of save.
Like, shot. Let me just dive over because I have no bar.
You're also going to see the goalie start to
Nah, you know what I mean? Like, if you're tired, you're not going to be diving over for pucks. You're going to be too tired to do that. Like, if you're really gassed, you know what I mean? The guys who are doing that is because they're desperate to get over. Meaning they have a lot of energy. They're bursting over to find a try to make a save.
More goals scored from more dangerous places on the ice and remove some of that predictability.
If a goalie's fatigued out, he's not going to dive, and it just doesn't make sense. Like that. Like, he's not going to dive like that. He's just going to sit there.
Tired, the goalies become a little bit slower on those post-to-post movements, but where
no, he went flying over. What are you talking about? That he's flying over, like.
And the rebound bounces across the crease, and
why didn't he stay there?
Shift over and make that save.
Look, makes the save. Well, his fatigue may be up. I don't know. His stamina might be up. You can't even see the goalie's fatigue right now.
Occasionally, those desperation saves will work. I saw some of the craziest saves that I have.
Yeah, the craziest saves that shouldn't be saves. Because you're tired. You can only do that when you should only be able to do that when you're green bar. Should have a bench touch up to get energy. Game style like change. Get rid of the opposite pressure completely. Where a shot is blocked, your goalie without a human reacts less to a reaction. Wait, what?
But as you see the goalie start to
reacts with a desperation save.
Leave the net wide open.
Yeah, like it's like that.
I'm a bit more active.
Like wait, what caused that?
But as you see the goalie
shot, okay, no, he made a save there, and he's like, oh, it's like, dude, just slide over. Like he's not, if he's that gassed, he's not just gonna dive like that. Like that takes more energy. He would be save, slide over, even if it's slow. If it's slow. And the goal happens, then that makes more sense because he's tired out. He's not able to dive over. But that's not even like fundamental anymore.
Take more of those unique how the game changes from the start of the period to the end of the period. At the start, you may need to actually dangle a goalie out, beat him with the backhand forehand. At the end
I don't know, like these talking points, nah.
Can affect you not only on a shift-by-shift basis, but also a period-by-period basis. A goalie's energy will start to recover when you clear the puck out of the zone. You get a whistle, a timeout, and it completely resets. Obviously, with the start of a new period. These two features combine to make this one of the most different feeling
concept of the pressure shouldn't affect every player in the D zone if they aren't exerting any energy. Exactly. Like again, I was given the analogy like puck's on the left side, you're a right D, and all you do is like back skate to your slot. The puck's on, the action's happening on the left, and then somehow the pressure system gets activated. You didn't even move, but yet all of a sudden the effect's gonna hit you now. Like it doesn't really make sense. Oh yeah, this is stupid.
Called physics-based contact.
Now the body checking itself, I think this is a cool addition. This is the one of the positives that I had. Because this body checking is different from 23. You had to actually, you had to actually like time the body check and everything now. And 23, you
going for that game-changing check, and all it results in
like what even is that? Now if you had truculence, all you had to do was like sit back in your slot, wait for guys across the blue line, and then you hold your right stick up and let the game do it. Go. Do it for me, EA. Like now you actually have to line it up. So truculence, based on the change itself, gets nerfed because now the hitting assistance is no longer really applied, but it kind of is when you have a certain angle. Because it does actually like accelerate to the player. That's the only difference.
And I think the biggest change that's going to make a difference is the utility.
Same with when you were on PK, you get a pressure, a guy comes out of the box, should not be affected. Exactly, because he's fresh, right? Like, doesn't really make sense. But that's like the thing. It's because the mechanic is there. If anything, I don't even know. Like, should the stamina decrease less then? And like get rid of the full pressure, but allow the stamina bar to have more of an effect. But I mean, it already has kind of a tired effect. I don't even know. Like, what can you even do? I'm trying to think, like, let's see. If you had a power play, the PK, if the puck's being cycled around, you're going to be moving a little bit. That actually would tire you out because you're trying to, like, stay in a good, like, athletic stance. Like, you guys don't know. If you guys don't, like, hell, I played football, you know, I've worked out, I like understand, like, if your legs are bent slightly and you're, like, tired, you're not gonna be able to keep that. You know, like, if you're just staying there and you're, like, ready, like, if you're in like almost like a squat position, it's like not even really a squat. It's like that. Like, let's say your knees are slightly bent and you had to stay there and, like, shuffle sideways a little bit. That would tire you out over time, even if you're standing there. So I don't know, like, get rid of the pressure system. Have it to where, let's say you're on the PK and the puck's in the zone for a long time, your stamina will slowly deplete just by standing there. Don't let it be depleted based on action so much, but just the art of the puck being in a zone to tire somebody out. That way, you get somebody off the bench. They're fresh legs. They can come back and be very aggressive, green bar. And they wouldn't be affected, but everybody else being in the zone for a long time would have yellow to red stamina, over time. And then it takes a clear or something to eventually get that stamina back, not just by standing there and all of a sudden the stamina bar goes very quickly back up. If you're playing offline, you're playing hut, the bar doesn't go up. So I don't know if it would be better for that to only be for World of Chell and have everything else here be for all the other modes. But what's up, Ray? How we doing, bro? Doing all right. How'd you like NSO 25 gameplay so far? The amount of times that it's screwed me in LG, and it's hard enough for me as it is to intercept the puck on D in this game. When they're forcing passes and I can't even move because I'm so slow.
Every single hit you go for, you want to be a huge hit. Sometimes you want just enough.
How do you join LG? You look up LG or leaguegaming.com. Find something where you're able to sign up for the next season, and then you put in your basically what you play, what your server is, and all that, and then eventually you can.
But on the opposite side, hitting is definitely
you
more
basically sign up that way.
now it is more of a skill. You have to time that hit correctly, or else you're just gonna get dangled.
I have my reservations, but I'm excited for the most part. I don't know, bro. Have you seen the gameplay? So gameplay of well, not just the trailer, but what they dropped here with the Hughes brothers.
Quick move to get around.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Connect on that big hit. It feels
game looks the same. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of people excited for the vision control, for the reactive actions, but based on what they've shown, and even that, like, okay, if that game was back in July, the gameplay that we just watched with Eki and Sports Gamer or Sports Gaming, whatever it is called, the gameplay didn't look any different. It looked the same. Besides those small little minute details, like it's not big. There weren't big additions.
And even break the glass on very special occasions. It's sick when it happens, but also somewhat.
So even regardless if the gameplay that was shown from Nasher and the Hughes brothers was from July, what we see now, I mean, when was that taken? Because if that's what they're showcasing as NSO 25 gameplay, they're doing a horrible job.
And they'll go flying.
Because they're not actually showing the big changes.
Is not going to work the same here in NHL 24.
I think with the game in general, what players are going to have to realize is the recipe that the players have been using in the past, it's not the recipe that the game is defined by now. So
see, I don't think this guy's on, like, our, same page, you know what I mean? Like, these were all changes that they were hoping was going to be like, oh my god, it's going to be accepted from the community. They're finally going to see the changes that they wanted, and then shit. That was what NSO 24 was at launch. Now, vision control or vision passing was actually cool. Icon passing, that's cool. One-touch passing, that's cool. Like, those are good additions. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you add small little things like that to the game, you actually have a decent game. If you build upon these small little building blocks, which I guess is what what the vision control is supposed to simulate with Ice Cube. But I mean, we're not really adding big changes here. Like, a big change that should have been added was change the enhanced stick physics. Give us a new engine for that. Give us some more realistic puck battles. Give us some more realistic puck pickups. Like, give us something. You know what I mean? Because that's a big change. Like, that's a big problem in this game. This is all flashy. Total control is flashy. But in reality, like, your vision control flashy. Haven't even seen the reactive actions yet, which could be flashy, but it's like, it's not really fixing the big complaint, which is the puck bouncing a million different ways because nobody can pick it up. The fact that goalies can't make a save, the fact that it goes through them so easily, then they dive over for cross creases. Like, those are things that affect the game, and that's a big part of the game that should be changed. These are small things that don't really make the game that much better.
So it is completely optional. You can still play with the normal skill stick controls. Oh, I almost forgot to mention there is a reverse hit button now, so any player has the ability to reverse hit. It's still tough to do, but you can do it. And while we're on the topic of controls, we have to mention the changes to the left trigger and back skating. Its use, as we know it, has been effectively removed from the game. Mike gives us the full rundown. And one thing with skating backwards was it was really almost invincible with body checking, but also at the same time, skating backwards, like,
what the hell is that anyway? Like,
we're responsible for making
is that what they? Is that their version of what somebody does when they hit LT? What the hell is that? Yeah, if you do that online, do you know where you're going? Onto the ice, because somebody's gonna bull rush you and hit you very easily. That was not the skill gap. What they just showed there was not the skill gap. The way people do it is way more flashy.
I don't see many people going down the ice coast to coast.
Way more skillful than that. Like, that's just pressing LT at the wrong time. Now that was okay, but you could do that in 24 still. I don't know what they're thinking. Like, that's going to change. Actually, I think this is what they're trying to show has changed, but okay. But now, like, okay, here's something that's different now. The LT is changed, taking out of the game to eventually add the vision control, the ice cube. So that is something that it did not last. It now has to be changed in order for the game to look better for us. I mean, everything else was kept the same. X factors, frostbite, last chance puck movement. And, you know, when you go back to the other trailers, those are things that have lasted and are going into NHL 25. One of the changes is the LTs, where back in NHL 2021, you can LT spam and just move past guys, and that's not really realistic hockey, although that was a skill gap competitively. But it's not true to the game of hockey. You get rid of that to look at the vision control. You now have more realistic animations that are seen in real hockey. Does that add a skill gap, though? Depending on how you use it, but I don't see it getting past people. I think it's just, you know, you're just going to be facing more than that, and then you're more ready to take a shot, or you're more ready to make a pass, and you don't have to actually, like, move your body from a different position to then make a pass. You know, that's just that. I think that's the difference. Only thing that was rough to see from the other gameplays was guys like Eki, was that one tease looked really strong a lot of games. Yeah, I feel like, again, everything that EA adds is always like OD to the top, right? Like, imagine the pressure system, goalie fatigue, hip checks, all that was maxed out so that people can actually see the difference. But what is actually sucking is that it's not actually good to the game. Yo, Rets, thanks for these $7, bro. I really appreciate it. Appreciate the analysis. Hope everything's good with you. Hell yeah, man. How's everything with you, man? I really appreciate that. But yeah, like, hell, what was I saying? Yeah, like, they always add it and then max it out so people can actually see the difference, so that people are not going to complain like, oh, you added skill-based one tees, but it looks the same. Like, they're going to do it to the max, you know what I mean? So I'm also streaming on YouTube. All right. So that's, so yeah, I would assume the one tees are going to be probably the same for a while, and then we'll see. Maybe a few months they'll be like I mean, I don't know. Like, again,
I didn't forget about you. They've had a new human goalie
that's
control
like
that
against
makes it easier
AI.
to
Who knows how it's
They're
gonna
not
change when it comes to
just focused on making saves. However, EA
human, or yeah, against human players when you go to like World Chell.
Hopefully these new features will make goalie easier for the casual user and better for the more experienced. Don't get me wrong,
I think the LT was good. I think there could be things that are unrealistic in a sense. You can differ good players from bad. But see, that's the thing. Like, people that want a realistic game will go against that. And that's probably why they changed it. Because it's like, let's say you have half the community that likes it, the other half doesn't. You're not really across the board happy. I don't think people are going to be like hating that the vision control is going to be more of a realistic look. Because the animations are actually resembling true hockey. There probably will be a skill gap related to it. It just isn't going to be like the as used as the LT was before, if that makes sense. So a lot of people, like back in 20, they would constantly like spin, turn, and that was like their main way of extending offensive plays. But it's now realistic to the game of hockey, even if there is a severe, like really high skill gap that goes along with it. But I don't think these changes, when you change that to add vision control, I don't think that's necessarily like a bad change that competitive players are going to hate now. Because now they don't have their precious LT. I mean, people hated it when they changed, when they nerfed it a little bit in 24. Now you're actually like fully taking it out to change it completely. That's something that didn't last, you know? So people, clearly, there was more hate towards it than liking towards it. These hits are going to be the same. Yeah, so that's it. And now let's go into 25. We already looked at this, but what you see now is like there were all these changes in 24. And now you've got less than 5 minutes for 25. Because it's another one of those filler years, right? Or they can only do so much. And now, guess what? Now we're back to the 3 things that they add. You see what I'm saying? 22 was like 3 things. Augmented reality, I don't count that as a gameplay feature change. And so 23, they had one thing. They had this, and then, yeah, okay, you had the strategy changes. You had, I don't know, what the hell was the third thing? You had the animations where they go like this now to point, and that was it. So 23 had 1 change. 22 had 3 changes. 24 had a bunch. 25 now has 3 again. And you can even maybe subtract the empowered AI because that's not really a gameplay change, even though, I mean, you're revamping the AI. But it doesn't look different. Actually, okay, skill-based one-tees, that is a change. So that's the 4th change. Okay.
Smarter and more technical than ever before, which is why we turned
last chance puck movements was the only thing that they changed or they added in 23, and that is something that has lasted.
Next-gen vision control is an evolution of Chell's
now this is the thing, like how they're showing it, this doesn't, he's not going to negate a body check there. That was just piss poor on whoever that was. He was going to miss regardless if he just went forward. That he didn't negate the body check there. I don't think. It didn't look like he did. It just looked like he just missed. Like if he was going straight, he just missed. Now, we did see that. Now, we didn't see it to that degree. Now, interesting here. Elite Edges is here. Is it going to be in World of Chell? Because if it is, those LT pivots will be that. As fast as Darlene did it.
By providing fresh abilities,
right there. That is kind of fast. It is kind of fast. And then that was what we had before. Now, but then again, that is not a like big change. That's like last chance. That's like the last chance puck movements. Like that's literally what that is. It's literally like just another addition that doesn't really change the game, but just adds to it.
AI players alike. Now,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it is cool for defensemen. Like, you can actually now keep square, shuffle, find a lane, shoot it. Instead of having to turn, then press LT, then wait for your guy to turn, then shoot or something, you know, like from a weird type of angle. You can now actually do that. But it's like, okay, if you're playing online, let's understand something here. If you're playing online, people are not going to let you walk the line like this. They're going to be up in your face, poke checking you instantly, now breakaway. That's how competitive online will be. They're not going to allow you to do this unless you have all the space. If somebody's on you, you're going to have to spin off them. You're going to have to move the puck. which is obviously, right? It's obvious. But, like, I don't think you're going to see this in online. You're not going to see that unless there's so much space at the point. And they do it just a little bit to find an angle, then shot. You're not going to be able to do what Brett Burns did here with somebody right there, 18, right up on him. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. There's your skill-based onesies. Like that. I don't think he definitely has elite edges on. I don't think people are going to be doing that to that extent and have it work too, because again, all you have to do if you're number 7, wait for him to eventually get into an area for you to poke check, and you got the poke check off. It's easy. It's not going to be hard to defend if you know how to defend and understand gap control. It's going to be easy. That's not competitive because again, the whole purpose of LT before was to pivot away and keep the puck away from somebody. Now you're pivoting towards somebody. So that it's like, here, poke check me. Like that's how it's going to be. If you're just there, you're going to stop stuff like this from happening. Now this may open up some lanes if it's like very quick and then a shot, very quick and then a pass, but you're not going to be able to extend time here and do what he just did unless you're getting rid of it as he did, because somebody's going to be right here going right for the body check. Like it's just that's how it's going to be. That like nobody's going to allow him to just sort of skate like that.
In a contextually more authentic way. If you're not in possession of the puck,
he ain't going heel to heel that way. I hate this game, but I love it too much to give it up. Did they take out the one button Michigan? I don't think they did, right? I think total controls are still in the game, right?
Defensively, next gen vision control gives you more control to face up to the puck at all
What's up, JJ? Did they bring back the old checking by chance? No, that's gonna stay. Yeah, no, we actually seen it stay. Now, okay, this is better for defense. I actually explained this when I was going through it in my video. This is actually a good. This is good for defense. This is good for defense. I think it's going to be used a lot. No longer do you have to, like, I don't know, keep square to somebody. Like, it's going to be so difficult to do that. Like, now you're going to be able to do it very quickly, very easily. I mean, hell, he's moving very fast, actually. That's actually a little bit too fast. But him being able to do that, before you had to turn and, like, almost put your back to the guy almost. You know what I mean? Like, he would have to turn completely and then press LT. It's like you had to play with the LT a little bit. A lot of times I did that just to have my guy like facing the guy. You know what I mean? Like if somebody was backdoor, I had to tap to get my guy going a little bit to then eventually intercept. I don't know. It's like now you don't have to do that. Now you can just press hold LT and then just keep square, stay in the lane, have your guy see the puck, and he'll just intercept it. That's kind of what it looks like, which is really good, which will make defense a lot easier. So you're adding a plus to defense, and exactly what Cole Caulfield here is doing. I mean, that is what I'm talking about walking the line and then instantly getting poked. If you could do that, defense is way easier and offense is way nerfed, because now it's not really a competitive skill gap when it comes to offense, and defense now is able to face the guy and keep square to the guy. Now it's like both animations colliding, and the guy who's defending is going to win that because he's going to be right up in his face, poke checking, and now he's got it. Yeah, that's defense is going to be easier. It's going to be easier as long as those animations are actually true to the game and transfer over. This is just, you could just completely let go of this. Based on what I saw from the gameplay, I mean, there's nothing here, dude. Exactly what they're showing is what they're showing. Is this a power play? A 5-on-3. Hang on a second. 5-on-3. Do we play it like this? Are they going to 1-3-1 or what? Like, okay, they actually kind of are, right? Where's this guy supposed to move? Who I don't even know who that is. Is he supposed to be on the same side as where the puck goes? Is that the whole point of the 1-3-1? What is the point of it? You got somebody in the middle, somebody to the left and right, somebody at the point. But what's the guy down low supposed to do? Is he supposed to anchor towards the puck, like where the puck is? So he has, so if, he has the option here, or no, wait. Yeah, no, who's supposed to be the guy down low? There's supposed to be a guy down low, right? Otherwise, where can McDavid go if he doesn't have an option back at the point? He's going to lose it. He's going to have to swing it around.
Other players and positioning.
I don't know. I think maybe, is that just like he goes there, he can then shift over, then play down low. Now he makes a pass there. He's got an option to maybe make a pass in front. He's got maybe an option to swing it back around dry side on the opposite side, or maybe back at the point, maybe back to McDavid. There's nobody down low.
Awareness of other players and positioning on
I don't understand that.
Giving them more fluid and
That's not empowered AI, you know? Like, that's the same old AI. Now you got somebody down low, somebody there, somebody back post, shot. Okay, he's down low. He's in front. Point. You got a triangle here. I think a little bit too close.
And position themselves to be bigger offensive threats. We've also revamped rush.
Yeah, what was different?
Position themselves to be bigger.
He's a little too close. Oh no, I guess no. He would be down low. He would be further. Like, get out of the way, Saad.
Offensive to allow skaters to better.
Why is he so close to him? You got two guys right there because of that. But the AI and how they're defending, man on man, man on man. He's in the slot, anchoring here, anchoring there. They're defending properly based on what the offense is giving them. But, like, Saad should be more down low, right? So that he can swing this around and then he actually can move. Because otherwise, you've got all this ice down low to the right. Nobody's using.
And position themselves to be bigger offensive threats.
Nobody's using it. So the defense doesn't even have to do much. Why did number 47? How the hell? Okay. I mean, if this guy's going to just stand there, guess what, 47? All you got to do is stand there. Right?
Threats.
What compelled him to go right into his goaltender? So that the shot is taken. 3-on-2. Makes sense here. The third forward back. It's going to stay high.
AI players now revamp rush plays. And how players
I didn't even really break this down when I was going through the video. Why is 55 crashing the net right into the crease to get a goaltender interference call if that went in? Why is he crashing in it like he is? Take a shot. He could stand back here. Like, pull away. What's he crashing, like, into the crease for? Because all 50 has to do is freaking close him off. Why did he go right into the net there? Because now, like, imagine if he pulls away. You have an option of either passing it back here, passing it over to Shifley, or taking a shot. Now he only has one because he pulled away. What the hell is he pulling away for? Go and stay right there in case that pass is made. 55 can pull away. Or maybe he can maybe stay near for a crash the net opportunity. I don't know. Why did Connor shift back like he's rotating back?
New to NHL 25, reactive actions.
Defense could definitely use a pick-me-up this year. I'm tired of these fucking pickups, and I'm clearly in the lane. I will say, I think over time, defense for me in NHL 24 was very tough in the first month. When I played LG and on afterwards, I started to get it. I would say I don't think I've had too many passes recently where I don't get it. Again, we'll have to see how the vision control changes and it maybe makes it easier, but I don't think defense was that hard after a while. Maybe that's just me, but I know the skill gap for, you know, it's not something that's easy. We'll say it's very easy to get burned in 24, but if you are experienced and understand the mechanics, 24's defense was not that hard. It wasn't the game was screwing you that much. That much I will say. But I'm not going to lie. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that does go through us. You just have to know how to adjust your style to keep up with the tuners of the game. I think that's all I can really say about that. Over time, okay, I didn't see this at all, actually. Let's actually get real here. None of the gameplay videos that I've seen, I haven't seen this animation once. I didn't see the reactive actions at all in any of the games. What's your go-to shot if you need a goal? Probably a 1T, goal 1T. Or a slot shot.
and into position smoothly like the pros. No longer running into and getting
Yeah,
tangled
this
up.
I didn't see that. I didn't see any of this in any of the gameplay videos, unless again, like when Sports Gamer, when Eki played their games. When was it? Was it back in July when Nasher and Hughes did their and the Hughes brothers did their game? Was it back then? Because maybe those animations were not into the game yet.
Each other. Plus,
But they all released relatively at the same time, so like I don't think they would have waited so long. We didn't see that. I don't know what they're talking about. We didn't see that. Didn't see that at all. Like you can't. There's no way they're gonna sit here and say, well, maybe in like future patches we'll get these updates. No, it's got to be at the damn launch. Whatever you put here has to be in at launch. Has to. Because what is the purpose of this trailer if it's not in at release? What is the purpose of us paying the $100? Why? What is the purpose of it?
Players are now more aware of what is happening during play, creating a new level
with these mechanics, a short side LT goal could be broken again if they don't fix goalies barely being able to save short side goals. Short side goals? That actually, well, yeah, that actually could be. You're talking about like what, you coming from like behind the net LT into a short side shot, because you would already be facing the net when you come off the turn. So yeah, well, I mean, if that goes in against AI, I would say play better defense. Because all I could say is like when it comes to glitch goals and stuff like that, like if you're not playing proper defense yourself, those glitch goals should be exploited. They actually should. That is the skill gap. You can't complain about the glitch goals. You have to complain about the defense being played. But then when the defense that's being played is not as very accurate to what is being done, like if you're in a great spot and it still goes through, that's where, okay, we're not really. Now a team's being rewarded from what? Powering through you. But again, I didn't really, I don't know, in my recent games of 24, I haven't really been live streaming it too much. I don't think I've actually had an issue really playing defense so much. Over time, it is a skill thing. It is a skill gap at the end of the day. The more difficult something becomes, the more of a skill gap is, like the more skill is required to play that, to actually succeed in that. So if offense is so easy, that means the skill gap of that came down based on the tuners. If defense became very difficult, there is a world where you can play perfect defense. We just haven't all figured it out, or some have figured it out more than others. It isn't necessarily the skill gap I'm seeing on each side. It is the weird animations taking place that results in gifted goals or whatever, or stuff like this. Now, can Drew Doughty do this? I mean, yeah, but like how he's doing it, it's like I don't think I've ever seen him do that recently. So, and he's not shooting. Was that a goal? I don't think he had the trait, did he? Like, if you don't have the trait and you're doing this because it's green, I don't think you should be able to do that. That is far too OP. Because imagine if you did have it, it would always be, what, a guaranteed goal every time? Now it's just about getting the effect, like just timing it right. This makes sense to go in because he's in a great spot. Like, I mean, number 2, is that Nick Leddy? Great thing he's, oh no, is that Nick Leddy? I don't even know. Was he number 2? Because if he is, good thing he's off the Hawks now because he's not that good. Yeah, that's piss poor defense. Like, at the end of the day, if these goals go in, understand that defense should be played to the point where you stop those 1-Ts. If a team was going to stop Alexander Ovechkin from scoring, you have to have somebody on him. You can't let him roam free and just take the shot. I can understand goal 1-T. But what needs to happen is if you're a human goalie, and let's say he doesn't have goal 1-T on, whoever it is. Now, if you have goal 1-T and the goalie's not in a great spot, maybe even if he is in a great spot, he still has a chance to go in because it's goal 1-T. You blame your defense for that. If it's non-gold 1-T and it's just a regular 1-T that's timed perfectly, if the goalie's in a great spot, he should stop it every single time. If the goalie's not in a great spot, it should go in. That's just how it is. Or it could just be stopped by intercepting the puck. Just intercept the puck. You can't tell me you can't stop. You can't defend the 1-Ts. You can't. You can't tell me that is something that is happening here.
The timing window to nail a skill.
Because I will say, if it is to the point where pucks are going through, you're not playing proper defense. Because I didn't have much issues later end of NHL 24. I probably from like, hell, January on, I think defense has been solid for me. I haven't had too many complaints of pucks going through me. It is a skill gap. Because defense is nerfed while offense is buffed. I mean, you just have to play better defense. I mean, play better defense. Like, look at this guy. Now that should go in. Because that's goal 1T right there next to the slot. Like, left circle. He play better defense, Philadelphia. That should never go in. Like, that should be picked off. That would be picked off if it's online competitively. Now, that's even a weird angle as it is. Now, here's what we don't want to see, like, him having no gold 1T. He gets a green shot and it goes like top shelf every time. We don't want to see that. If you have gold 1T and you get a green shot, I will say it should go in every time. Maybe if the goalie's there, again, human goalie, if it's placed perfectly, a human goalie is useless. Because it's a perfect play shot. Corner, top cheese every day. Again, human goalies, like, as much as like you have an effect on the game, the defense of your team plays a huge part in your success as well. If these golden shots are just getting let rip left and right, you're gonna have a struggle, regardless if you're playing perfect goaltending or not. It should be the defense. It has to. Some saves you can make, but a lot of these, I don't think, if it's gold trait being shot, it should go in. This, timed poorly, you know, he doesn't have 1T on. Regardless if the goalie's in a bad position, he needs to make a save anyway, because it's not going to be top cheese. It's not going to be placed perfectly. If he's just there, he's there. You don't want to see a red shot go off and it's like a save, but then it curls in somehow. Like, okay. Like, that's where it's like, okay, the puck's just going in just to go in. But reward the skill gap. If a guy's timing these shots perfectly and your defense is not playing defense, it should go in on you.
Raising the stakes and making the action all
bang. Like, that misses because it's poorly timed. But, like, that's the thing, too. Like, we're not even... If you talk about ping here, too, like, this guy could be 70 ping. Will he ever be able to shoot a goal 1T? That's the issue. That's the question. If you have 30 ping, can you shoot a gold 1T? Or maybe not even gold, just any. Can you time this? Can you time a 1T? Like, what is the threshold of it's almost unplayable, you're not going to get it ever? Because, again, 1Ts like this, how accurate of timing do you have to shoot a gold 1T? If you're at 70 ping or higher, is that the threshold where you're like, it's almost impossible unless you time it perfectly? It's almost like... It could be like very close to like Elden Ring, like when you have that parry, like you have to time that perfectly to get a parry, right? Imagine having 50 ping playing Elden Ring. Can you still parry? I mean, how would you even time it? You know what I mean? That is sort of what's going through my mind here. Like, how perfect do you have to be, and what is the threshold where it's almost impossible to do? That's where ping will play a part in whether this is successful or not. And it benefits the Frenchies that play on their QC server with 4 ping or less. And everybody else is like 40, 50, whatever. Now they have something that's in their arsenal that they can exploit while nobody else can. If it's that unplayable. If you have high ping. That is where I'm questioning it. And people are like, oh, come on, no, it's all your internet. No, it's server location. How close are you to the QC server? That's why the Frenchies get 10 or less ping. If you're at, you have the best internet in your neighborhood, but it wouldn't matter because you're not even close to a certain server location. You're never going to get 20 or less ping. You're going to get 50, 60, whatever it is, how far you are. If it's West Coast, no matter how good my internet is here, I'll never get lower than whatever it is, 70, 80. But yeah, it would be interesting to see, like, how it will affect clubs, how it will affect EASHL, and what's the ping threshold of it being almost unplayable? Or yeah, you're never gonna get it. Because 1Ts, now again, if you have like gold 1T on, does that window of the timing, does that like expand to where like if you're a little bit early or a little bit late, you could still actually get the 1T off and have it be green? That is my question. Because a gold 1T, like, you have that trait for a reason to shoot those 1Ts. If it's still tailored towards a very specific window of time with the timing, you're not going to see a lot of guys that struggle with that use it ever. And it's only going to be used by the guys that can exploit that timing because they have the ping that's allowing them to do so. But that's the problem. Like, you shouldn't have to. You're not going to have enough time to, like, if you're on high ping, you're not going to have enough time to time it because the game is moving a lot faster. If you're at whatever, like, very, let's see. Let's go back to defense here. You're playing defense. You could sort of, like, predict where guys are going to be. Where, like, the window that you have to have in terms of, like, defending and stuff like that, intercepting pucks, it's all dependent on where your guy's at. So you don't really do much besides place your guy in the right spot. So ping doesn't really affect you too much as long as you're able to predict where this guy's going to go and when that pass is going to be made. You can think of a couple seconds ahead. So where you're able to get that. And you could probably get that on 70, 80 ping if you're good, if you're very smart and thinking ahead and you just sort of know. This timing here, even on the poke check, you could press it when it's like here and you could actually get that poke check off because in any moment of that time, since you have proper, body position, you could probably get that poke check off and it'd be fine. But the 1Ts, I feel like, I don't know, man. To get perfect timing, it doesn't matter how soon you do it. Because how are you going to anticipate when that pass will be made? Unless somebody like says, hey, I'm going to make a pass to you. Like, how are you going to be able to time that perfectly if you're at 80 ping or higher? Like 100 ping. You're not going to, regardless if you see it, it's you have literally a second or two delay. And that pass is already made to you before you even know. It doesn't matter how fast you are, whether you flick it super fast or not, you're not going to anticipate the pass coming to you quick enough to flick up on very high ping. You're just not. And what's going to wind up happening is you're going to be doing it way earlier or too late. And then what happens? Are you going to just flick up and body check somebody and the instant interference penalty is going to happen again? Because let's say you're down here and you're trying to get a rebound or something. You flick up. Is it still that being in the game? Because you can no longer hold your stick up now. Now it's based on the timing of everything. 0.05 or whatever it is, that time is very quick. Or it's actually probably longer than we think. And that the pass is coming, the pass that comes is much quicker than our minds can react. And when we do flick up, I mean, no, it's hell no. Why do you think in 24 when you didn't time it right, you body checked somebody, why do you think that was happening? Is because people weren't timing the shot. And what happened is you had to hold your stick up to be prepped for the 1T. So now when the pass did come, you can just shoot it. It was still based on your body positioning, but the timing was negated from the actual shot, from the actual skill gap of it. Now they're getting rid of the prepping of your player by holding your stick up. Now you actually have to add, now you're adding a timing effect to it. That's going to suck. Because you're already holding your stick back, right, to get that prep. 1T. Now it's a manual 1T. I don't know. You go into practice mode, you try to figure out what the timing is going to be if you're on high ping. And you have to try and anticipate that. Because let's say you're on, like, I don't know. I'm going to call it a baseline of like 50 ping. You might start seeing a bit more troubles trying to hit the green 1Ts. If I was going to guess, I would say that is probably a baseline. Rather, it's over or under. You might see some issues with trying to hit consecutive green 1T shots. Now, I wonder if this allows you to prep your player because you no longer see the indicator now. Now it's the actual gold 1T shot. That might be able to counter the need to time it. If that happens, well, then you have something that will bail you out. And it actually should happen anyway because it's goal 1-2. Like, you should be able to have that. You're putting the trait into the 1T shot, so let's actually get a 1T shot. You know what I mean? Let's actually get a good one. It's probably not even perfect timing. They just added rings under the open guy, which online mode is playable on high ping. I mean, that's the thing. You could still perform certain things optimally, right? Like, you could still defend if you're passive enough. You could still make a pass if you are ready for it. Like, you could still do certain things on high ping because you have, you know, even if it is delay, whatever, you still have like more time to get some stuff off. You know what I mean? Like, and you can, I mean, it's not like it's unplayable, but it's like, I'm just saying, when you add a specific window of time to perform an action and it has to be perfect, the guys on high ping will never be able to do that. But if you give, you know, if you're defending somebody one-on-one, you don't have to poke check super early. You could wait for them to make a move. You could play passive. You could play their inside. You could wait for something to happen. And you could sort of, you know, regardless if you have delay or not, you could still play defense to a certain degree. And based on how your teammates are, could still win you the game. This is almost impossible to do because you have an actual like window of time. You have to do something. And if you do not do that and you miss that window of time, you'll never be able to shoot the 1T. And I feel like the 1T this year might be another OP method of scoring, back like how it was in 21 or something. 22. And I feel like if you're on high ping, I don't even know if it's even going to be possible for you. That's kind of the issue. And that's why I'm kind of complaining when it comes to like the Frenchies. They get 5 ping or something, 4 ping, 2 ping. They'll be able to play and use it very easily because they have more time to actually shoot the 1T because it's actually more real time for them. Less delay for us. And I'm not even saying us, me. Then, you know, I'm not really saying me so much because I don't know how it's going to affect like 30, 40 ping. It may not be that big of a deal, but when you get up high, 60, 70 or higher, it might be almost impossible for you. Which is kind of not optimal anyway, but that's the thing. There's some people that play leagues with like 70 ping. I mean, you do see some people do that. And based on their team, they can actually still perform to a certain degree. But now you're adding a mechanic that they will never be able to actually time properly. Ideally, right? Like, we don't know how it's actually going to affect us. So I don't know. They need to add perfect timing for regular shots and poke checks. Well, if you did that, well, what classifies as a perfectly timed poke check or a perfectly timed shot? How would you add a timing mechanic to that? Because if you're poke checking, it's not like you have a specific window of time to poke check. It's whenever you feel like you have a good spot on the player to actually poke check. So I don't know. Like, I don't think it's going to be that big of a... Like, that wouldn't make sense to add that so much. Because I feel like, again, you're still playing off the 50-50 of where the puck goes and stuff like that. Like, you're trying to get rid of that, right? Where it's not so much based on the 50-50. It's, all right, you time it right, so you should get rewarded. But I don't know how you would apply that to defense and other things. Because, like, again, it'd be like, okay, you could make a perfect time pass then or something, and it would always be on target. But, like, it doesn't make sense because what classifies as perfectly timed? It's just based on when you play, how you play it. You know what I mean?
Raising the stakes and making the action all the more exciting.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're on 80 ping or something, how are you going to be able to time this pass? Because, look, the pass comes very, very fast. You would have to time it as he releases the puck if you're that close. There's no way you could do it like now and all of a sudden it's perfect time. It's if it's 0.05, I don't even care what the delay is. It is much greater than we think. Those seconds, those milliseconds of time add up.
Thank you for watching the NHL.
That's almost impossible. At least from what I'm seeing. they're still going to have to react to it, which those Frenchies haven't had to do. They just spammed up. That's why they take so many penalties for interference. 50 ping, that would probably be the timing maybe a little sooner. Yeah, but like little sooner, I don't think. Like he would have, well, you're telling me that? I don't even think that's the proper timing either. Like if he times it right there. No, it's way faster. No, I'm not even sure. He would have to. I don't even think that would work. Because I think he would get the red. Or he wouldn't even get it at all. Who knows? It may not even input into the game. So he'll just pick it up and then shoot. It won't even go with the shot. Because like if it is too late, it still may read that you're flicking up. And what's going to happen is you just get the puck and then shoot it or something. I don't know. It's based on whenever it actually inputs into the game.
All the more exciting.
Yeah, but 0.05, I don't think it. I think it's much greater than that. How do you know that's the time? If it's 50 ping, you get 0.05 seconds. Who actually tested that? Because I feel like there's plenty of times where I'm playing on like, even if it's 50 or even more, there's times where I'm like 60 ping and it doesn't feel that bad, and there's 60 ping and I feel bad, and like you could really feel it. How much faster is 25 than 24? I think it's actually slower. Are you talking about gameplay, like skating? I think it's much slower. At least from what I saw. 50 milliseconds of delay. Yeah, but I don't know. 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second. Well, that time, I don't know. 70 ping then wouldn't be that bad if you really felt it. If it's 0.07. Because I think the time, I don't know. Maybe the time. It's. I don't think it's that easy to play. There's plenty of days, man. I don't know. Man, I'm rocking 40 ping. I mean, you're talking about 0.04, then that really has a lot of effect then. And it's not even that much time. Yeah, so the gameplay is, I would say, slower. I don't know how it's going to affect World of Chell. But based on what we saw, I don't know. Like Friday is going to be a big it's actually going to be pretty big day, I'd say. I'll be able to tell instantly if the game is different. If it feels different. Like, this doesn't look any different. If I actually look steeper at it. Pass up. Like, these animations are the same. Toe drag. The pace of the game. Like, again, this is, like, not World of Chell. So, like, this isn't Elite Edges 6 foot 160 with 94 speed. You know what I mean? But they're actually, from what I heard, Elite Edges is taken out. The speed and Excel boost is taken out. So that means the game's going to naturally be slower. But they did say agility was going to get increased. Like the base value of agility will be increased. Yeah, there's no World of Chell trailer, so they didn't add anything major to that. They did say something about World of Chell in-game events or something, like live events, tournaments. I don't even know. I think it's something outside of the club finals. There may be like different events that you can enter, and then you get like a different leaderboard for that or something. I don't know. Maybe it's like certain events. You know what I mean? Like there's one leaderboard and it's like for everybody. And then there may be, you know, for other events or something. I don't know. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but that was what they had said. May not be anything major because they're not really showing much of it. This is what really sucks though, because like we're still seeing goals like this happen. That is bad. That is bad. And it shouldn't, regardless if he's at no stam or not, get the puck here. That's a simple backhander. And then guess what happens? He flies over to try to get it through the net. Like, nah, that is bad, dude. That's horrible. And this is what they're showing. But anyhow, this is back in July. It's like, okay. When you look up NHL 25, you've got these games. This is 40 minutes of HUT gameplay. Let's actually just take briefly a look at this. Sports Gamer. So HUT wildcard gameplay. That means it's online, right? No, it's against AI. Oh, it's wild. I actually don't know anything about HUT. So it's still against AI. Look at how slow. Oh wait, no. Again, HUT. He may be having like 60-something overall players. Let's actually be realistic here. Make passes in with any player. This is what you do in HUT. Wildcard is 70 or so. Okay, well, that would explain the speed. Holy crap, is it slow? I was thinking of, look how weak of a shot that was. That's like my shot in with a Chell. You know, with my PMD with like 75 slap shot accuracy, 75 power slap shot. What? Nah, he's not falling with that. No, he's not falling. No, he's not falling. I will say, though, the camera view, you can actually see the action. We'll give him props for that. This is not a trip. No. Hell no, that's not a trip. Hell no, that's not a trip. But that's like what? The discipline of the guy is too low now? Game is much slower pace at the start. We'll revamp though. Yeah, like when we get our builds right, that's what I'm more like interested in seeing, is the actual, like, when we do get our builds. But the game wouldn't be that much different. Well, actually, it was actually kind of different when we got elite edges. But that's the thing. If elite edge is gone, we might have to. You're gonna naturally see the speed of the game slow off because of that one trait removal. If it does get back into the game, why would you? If it goes eventually back into the game, why would we get rid of it in the first place? It's like them getting rid of Big Tipper, then just add it again to get rid of whatever to add it again. No, you don't. If they do that, that's the wrong move. Just give it to us now. There's no need to even take traits away. There's no need for that. If they eventually add it, that's the wrong move. Horrible move. People are already angry that it was taken out. And I'm talking competitive players. Even like my guys are all pissed at that. They didn't want it to be changed. They actually liked it. And I can actually agree with them a little bit. But what needs to happen is, like, you don't take away elite edges to solve the elite edges problem. You make these other traits better. Make unstoppable force actually unstoppable. Well, I guess maybe not, but I'm just saying, like, if a small guy is trying to hit unstoppable force, I shouldn't be able to knock him on his ass. I shouldn't. Regardless of the hip check or not. If I'm a small guy, I should not be able to hit guy on somebody who uses unstoppable force. Now, please don't make truculence OP. You already did the damage to that, even though it is still technically OP in 3s. 6s, you just get charged with a penalty every time. But make these bigger builds, like, more bulky. Make the smaller builds less effective to body check. That's how you balance the game out. And NHL 24, it was the wrong move to be a bigger build in any fashion. Unless you were using truculence, that was it. If you use unstoppable force, you were at a disadvantage right from the start of the game. It just wasn't the right move. Because competitively, you're going to lose to everybody. Regardless if you're small. You're losing that speed, strength, power, everything. It just made no sense. Straight line. Let's just straight line all day, because that's literally the gift that you have with the max speed and elite edges. Now they take that away. You're going to see that less and less. Hopefully. And that will, again, if you take away the straight line, that makes defense a lot easier to play. I mean, you do any type of nerf to one side, that instantly buffs the other side. If there's no change at all to the other side, I think that just instantly makes it easier. Because again, you're just playing off the positives versus the negatives. You take away the positives of one side, that's going to make the other side easier, you know, to play naturally. Gotta admit, the graphics look slightly better. I mean, I don't really, yeah, I could agree with that. I don't really care too much for graphics so much. I don't think the graphics look that bad regardless. I mean, if it's slightly better, that's fine. But that's not worth the money, you know? The gameplay is where it's worth the money. And based on what I'm seeing, it's not really worth the money. What we really needed to see was something overhauled to puck pickups and battling for the puck, basically. We needed something different for that. We needed sticks to stop going through guys. This is all the same type of puck pickups. The hip check, same thing. You barely make contact with them, they're gonna fall. Like, it's nobody's gonna just throw their ass cheek in somebody in the corner just because it's there. Like, that's not even how people use the hip check. Yeah, I'm gonna just throw my ass in and all of a sudden he can't skate now. Like, no. He could still skate. It's when you do it there, maybe. Like, pinning them on the boards as they're coming by and you just cut them off. You throw a hip there. That's how you use it. Not the way they're trying to use it, where you just throw it into the corner, into somebody. Like, no. You don't just... You don't throw it back on somebody and they fall. Yeah, this is... What the hell? How's the... Oh, is it only one period? Is that why? Why is he... Oh, it's a penalty? Oh, no. It's not. Because the guy had it. It's only one period then, huh? So this is 25 Hut wildcard gameplay. It's against AI. This is somebody else playing. Well, because they need to add something for each season? No, they don't. They don't have to do that. They're doing that because they want to add... They have no other content to be added. What the what was that? That is not a trip. You're not going to sit here and tell me that that is a trip. That is not a trip. Ain't no way they're calling that a trip. Wait, what? No, it was a body check in front. Was it because of that? Number 29? He just body checked the hell out of him. Nope, it's the tripping call. Actually, the body checking you could still do because it's in the slot. This is not a trip, dude. He's holding it for days. He's holding that for days. If he trips over him, that's his fault. This is not a trip. Even if it was a trip. This is not a trip, dude. That needs to be fixed. Right? Puck pickups need to be fixed. Goalies that don't know how to save simple shots need to be fixed. Goalies that can dive over and flop like crazy to make desperation saves on really good attempts need to be fixed. No, we want to add vision control. No, we want to add the reactive actions that don't actually work. Because I haven't seen any reactive action yet. Unless, oh, because this is from way back, right? When was this posted? 7 hours ago. Is this just not... This is not gameplay from now? Is this gameplay back in July just being seen? Because what are they doing then? Outdoor ESHL rinks and Hut is pretty crazy though. I didn't even know. I mean, again, I don't know. I don't know anything about Hut, so I'm assuming this is then all new then. If it's up, well, that was the player's fault, I would say. Let's see. Yeah, that's the player's fault, right? I would like to see an animation where like he has a sense that he's gonna run into his goaltender, so let's like not do that. But no, that's all based on the control of us. Because that's the thing too. If you pick up the puck, you're just gonna pick it up to your forehand side. So you're going to put it in your own net. We could have maybe fixed that too, right? Like, these are changes that could have been fixed. Oh, no, stop complaining, Hack. Stop complaining. These are changes that, oh, it's not even close to the gameplay. Like, you're not even talking about anything about the game. Like, yeah, I am, actually. These are big problems that have transpired to multiple games now. And it's still gonna be there. But no, let's give a empowered AI, is that's a bullet point. Let's give us the reactive actions that I still haven't seen yet. Let's give us the LT vision control. I mean, you can give them that, but even still, that's not like a very great innovative change to the game. That's just a change. You could have done that to any game. What was the reactive action are you talking about? Oh, that? You're talking about that. That wasn't even... That was the reactive action. Is that it? Because there's so many other animations that look stupid. That's why it's not even like... It doesn't even look clean. Like, that didn't even look clean. Because look at it. He didn't do any... Wait, hang on. He took two strides, and then all of a sudden he's like... How is he skating forward after that? Because they used to just run into each other? Nah, that guy skated away from him. He skated away from him. He probably could have done the same animation. He didn't even need that, and he could have... Like, what is this? Where he takes one stride, two strides, all of a sudden he's like right there. He's not even taking a stride. He's just shuffling. And it's like the momentum is carrying him forward very fast. Or very fast. How does he even trip there? Ran into his kneecaps. Those are the people who play once a month who say that. Yeah, it's... I mean, that is the first reactive action I've seen. Then what I'm seeing is that is good enough for the buy then. Is that what we're saying? That okay? Here we go, guys. So let me use a 2BC quote. $79.99, please, or $99.99, or $129.99, please. Is that what we're trying to say? Is this is good enough for a new buy? We added the vision control, gave us some new animations, and then we added this. Here we go. Come on. Like, let's like not care about any of the other issues of the game. But that's good enough for NS 25 because it's NS 25, right? Like it's just new. Like that is what we're looking for. That is what we're looking for. Is that what we're saying? There's no way. There's no way we can say that. Yeah, but I haven't seen any other animations like that. That's where Friday comes in. And we play, and it's the first game, and I'm already pissed off. Like, if you guys join the live stream, and it's like 15 minutes into the live stream, and you see me red in the face, that's because I'm already pissed off at what I'm seeing. People defending this game. It's not even that... Well, I mean, okay. It's not even really like... I don't even know. Like, there's people that praise the game to praise the game. I don't think that's what he's doing here. I think he's generally liking the animations, but again, like... To me, I don't think it's enough. And that was my biggest complaint. I said the gameplay trailer was not enough. And people are like, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Like that type of complaint, I don't think follows with anything that I'm saying. It has nothing to do with whether I don't want to buy the game. People that complain like that are like, well, I'm a franchise player, diehard. Oh yeah, thanks for the subscription anyway there, Slapshop MC. People are like, oh yeah, I'm a franchise player, so if you don't like the game, don't buy it. It's like we're not even on the same playing field. There's people that complain about my complaints just to do that, just because I'm complaining. And it's like, oh, stop crying. It's like, no, I'm a competitive guy. I'm a competitive player playing in the leagues, so I have to get the game. And if I don't like the game, I'm gonna complain about it because I want the game to be better. And it's not even like the complaint's gonna be something that they listen to now. And who knows? Maybe there is somebody from EA actually listening in. Maybe there is. Who knows, right? And maybe 4 or 5 years down the line, what I'm saying actually can translate. I don't know. who knows, right? I mean, I'm not big at all, right? So it's like I am kind of just complaining to complain, but I'm complaining to give you guys an idea of what I'm seeing from a competitive standpoint. A guy who's starting that journey of being competitive against the top players. I mean, I haven't really competed. I mean, I played LG, but I played this game enough online to know what the issues are. There's a lot of people that just simply do not play enough of the game to sort of have an opinion, but they're going to be sharing their opinion on, well, if you don't like the game, just don't buy it. It's like, no, dude, that has nothing to do with whether I hate the game or not. I don't hate the game. If I hated this franchise, I wouldn't even be live right now. If I hated this franchise, I wouldn't be even complaining right now, because it'd be a waste of my energy. There's no point complaining about something you hate. I generally like this franchise, so everything I say is constructive criticism. I want to see this game improve, so I'm going to keep grinding on the things that suck. I mean, there's guys that do like reviews of Madden and 24. Like, are those guys all just wasting their time? No, they want to see this game improve, yet EA does nothing to actually fix the issues. I think the game has potential, but until we see it firsthand, we won't know. Yeah, but based on what I'm seeing here, there is nothing significant being changed. You know, yeah, maybe it's just because we're not seeing online players play, but generally speaking, I played my fair share of offline games when I'm not streaming or anything like that, and I'm just playing just to play. I got a couple buddies, you know, I'm playing with too. I mean, what I'm seeing from that perspective is not changing here. This is literally me against... This would be me against the AI, and I'm not seeing anything significantly changing, because what they actually added was not significant enough to change the game or alter the game. And anything else that was not... everything else wasn't addressed. Whether it has potential or not, from what I'm seeing right now, and I already knew this when I was looking at the gameplay trailer, that's why I went off the way I did. It is not enough for us to be paying full price. It's just not. This is like a game. This is a patch. This is like NHL 22 to 23, where they changed a little bit, and then they basically take this year off when it comes to gameplay. Now they added that big thing, the franchise, but imagine if they didn't. What would this game actually have to offer us besides really just some new animations here and there? This isn't like new game. This is a patch. This is anything else. And the reason people are mad is because it's been consistent. It's been consistent years of new games like this. Exactly. Yeah, they're not addressing the actual issues. Everything that I was saying are stuff that has been happening since, like, hell, when I started. NHL 19 was when I first started playing this game online, and I can tell you a lot of the stuff still has come from that game. Now, them moving the Frostbite and I don't know, NHL 22 was actually decent for a time, and then with patches they made the game worse. They went backwards when they made 22 from the start. 24 went the opposite way. 24 started horrible, and then it started to become playable. But that was after so many patches of them fixing the stuff that was OD. The focus was more on the modes, like Hut and Fran. What did they add to Hut? What was big on Hut? Did they really? Well, see, that's why I'm kind of pissed, because I don't play Hut. I don't play franchise. I mean, I saw a lot of what was added to franchise. I didn't see what was added to Hut. I don't even know. I actually was thinking of going into Hut this year, just a little bit, not to pay anything, but just to go in and dive a little bit of it, just to see where EA is really, like, you know, spending their money at. Because I'm just a World of Chell guy, and I can only see it from that perspective. From my perspective, if I was just, again, if I'm only looking at it from a gameplay standpoint in World of Chell, there's nothing. There's almost nothing. But again, we won't see. I mean, again, almost nothing, I say. But it's not a copy and paste either. I don't agree with the copy and paste statements, because it really isn't copy and paste. It's just they add a few things and they call it a new game. So it's mostly the same, but not everything is. And you can't really say there isn't anything added because there is. It's just not enough that we're seeing it. You know, we're not really seeing it enough. Again, I don't think AI don't know how to use LT, I guess, huh? Because they're not showcasing it at all. I don't even think it's in their programming. I want a much deeper franchise. I started with 23 salty. If it took me forever to play this, should I keep 24? I mean, you'll probably see guys still play 24. From what I'm seeing, there's a lot of people that don't even want to pre-order the game for 25. So there's not going to be a huge player base playing 24, but you'll still see some people playing it. If you're an offline guy, I mean, unless you play franchise, I mean, you haven't had to play this game for so long, dude. If you're a Be a Pro player, you haven't had to buy the game since 21. Imagine that. Unless you wanted roster updates and whatever gameplay changes they made, right? Because obviously from 21 to 22 is pretty significant when it comes to the Frostbite and the X factors. But beyond that, nothing. Be a Pro and franchise are so still. Well, franchise got a big change this year. That's the only big game mode change. I guess Hut got something too, but I don't know. Yeah, the AI certainly do not look impressive at all. And if you really think about it, slowing the game down makes it easier to play against AI. Because they're not really, I mean, hell, they're not fast enough as it is, but like they're not moving fast at all, dude. Like they don't, because they don't even hustle. So if you make the game slower, their hustle or their regular stride is even slower. At least if I'm getting that right. Okay, that was a reactive action. Okay, hang on. Let's actually point it out here. Poke check, move. So you're not actually hitting him. But now, do you have to press something for that to happen? Because that is animation turning into another animation. Turning into you have to get out of the animation in order to skate. Look how long it took for him to actually turn. And he couldn't actually go into his stride. Right there is when he's now able to do it. And by then, he's already too slow. But maybe that would have happened regardless. It's just you want to be able to get through the animation then quickly into your next stride. If it's too slow, then it's going to be, you know, animation, and like that's what's going to really stop you from being able to move fluently. But that's the second reactive action I've seen. I don't even know. I actually don't know how much of it has actually impacted the game here. Same with this though too. Him having the press. Let's see if he can even. Here's how I would play this. I would be skating, and then I would be tapping the LT. If I was red right here, because what that does is that allows me to stay square to the puck while keeping a stride facing towards my net and keeping my stick on the inside here. If you're number 4 and you backpedal, you're going to be facing away from the puck and you may not be able to get the intercept and the guy may be able to pass behind you. As you see, even this might go through him. Who knows? But actually, you could probably play it the way he is. But I would be like backpedaling almost into this guy. Well, I mean, I would have done that from like way up here. I would have been on his inside, putting my back to his stick. And then my stick would do the work there. That's how I would play it. Different from this guy. He could force that. That could possibly go through him. If this was online. People don't play defense very well. At least from my point of view. And if you're an online player, you're taking that pass. Right there. Or there. You're taking that pass. And from where he's at, that could go through him. If he's closer to the guy, if he has his skates and his back to his blade. I mean, unless he shoots through the body, which has happened a few times, but he would have to shoot through him and your stick would have to not be able to touch it once. That's how you would play successful defense there every single time. Not just once in a lifetime. Not just he's in the lane and, oh, it went through me, but sometimes I get it. Because that is playing the 50-50. This is like 50-50 here. You have to be closer to the guy. You have to be in the right spot. Inside leverage. Stick on stick. Guy has to see the puck. Like, all those things have to be checked off for you to be playing the best possible defense ever. But I don't think that was I don't think that was actually different though, because like again, I do that even in 24. Like he may have to hang on a second. If he's pressing LT here, does that keep him facing the puck? Or does that keep him in a back pedal? Because vision control for defense, him pressing LT would be facing the puck. He would be crossing over now. What if I still want to backpedal though? Just for any odd reason. Does he have to be crossing over? Because think about it like, I don't know. Because you're already, because again, if you're backpedaling, you're not going to be full stride. The only way to be full stride is if you're turning away like this and then skating full stride that way. You're pressing LT, would he be facing the, well again, we'll see that Friday. He eventually did what I actually said. Right here. See how that's a better position for him? Now, if he did that back there when that pass would have been made, if it was somebody else, that's how you play successful defense. For him to get this shot, he would have to miss it completely. His stick should be down. He would have to miss it completely. And this guy would have to go through him to take the shot. You see how his stick got bent back because he went into it? That's how you stop somebody from scoring. I mean, actually, yeah, like, would you, if the puck was in the corner, you wouldn't be backpedaling anyway, but you would also want to be able to turn and stick with somebody. Like, facing their body or something, or body checking. I don't know. Again, we'll have to see how it looks. Again, I could tell you in the first game if the game is good or not. I'll probably tell you in the first period. Yeah, we love this game. Yeah, these goals are still happening. I mean, this isn't even like... I mean, I guess that's fine. I don't know. Kind of like just tipping it in almost. But he's not actually shooting or tipping it. He just lost possession and the puck is going in. You could say that's fine. I would say that's fine. If I was going to be real here. There's another reactive action from him. Wait, when? Back here? Oh, from that guy? Nah, hang on a second. That's the react. Okay, he's actually moving his stick away and not just colliding with him. That's not game changing though. That's not why we pay the full price for the game. You could add those animations in a patch if you really think about it. And even if that was, that's not significant enough for us to be paying it. Like that's the when that goes in still. I mean, I can understand it goes to the 5-0. This game has potential. VA just listen to what people have been saying about gameplay for years. Definitely true. But like that, here's what you also gotta understand. Like if there's a lot of feedback towards something, they can't fix that for next year's game unless it's something that's easy to fix. They in order to change the issues that we're complaining about with penalties and stuff like that, there has to be stick physics of the game being changed. Actual physics being changed there. Which means then that the body checking isn't actually as perfect as we make it out to be, because the penalties that get drawn from it are not good, are not realistic. But the animations itself, I would say, okay, like this is different. They did that for 24. You know, they changed it a little bit. And then you call that bare minimum at best. Oh, wait, hang on. The music is different. Unless, wait, is this just the HUT music? Like, EA SHL was... Like, I don't even know the freaking jingle. It's like... I don't even know what the hell it is. Is this, like, actually what the music's gonna be, like, at the end of the game? Like, this ain't too bad. It's like a rock type of tone. It's a bit better. I could listen to this. It actually sounds decent. I mean, nothing will ever live up to the NBC, right? Of like Wednesday night rivalry. Oh, hell no. Nothing's ever going to match that. But this ain't too bad if you really think about it. I mean, it's not all bad, guys. Let's actually be real here. Like, this is new, right? The background. But like, again, that would be bare minimum. Come on now. All right, let's see one more probably, and that's it. 3 minutes. Good animations I like. Not game changer, but it would make it much smoother of gameplay. Well, again, we'll see that. In terms of what we're seeing here, this isn't smooth. These actions should be happening more often, I would think. It's like certain, it has to be lined up perfectly for an animation to go off like that. Let me see what happens on the face-off with these guys. That? Was that an animation? Right there. What the hell was that? It was like he was trying to hit him. If I was to play center, I could tell you if the reactive actions are actually meaningful. Because a center, I like constantly body check, or I'm like constantly hitting everybody. When I'm trying to find open ice, I'm in the slot. When I'm doing, I mean, hell, man, it's like a weird thing. But them avoiding each other there, that was not. I mean, I don't even know what to say for that. Like it was that actually nice or what? Like I don't even know if you could even call it that. Would love to see a real competitor for an NHL game, like another company like 2K. See, nobody's gonna take that up though, because you would have to start from scratch and build a game that's somehow better than EA, like what they've built for years now. Yeah, right. This 70 overall guy's not gonna shoot that from right there and score. Nah, get out of here. The goalie will screen though, so I can give him that. Oh wait, perfect 1T, baby. 0.1. Wait, what? 0.10%. Is that a byte? Is it 0.1 or is it 10%? I mean, it is the same thing, I guess. Did you like instead of getting stuck on the other center previously? I never really got stuck though. Like I did. I mean, at the draws. The draws itself should be more of like a battle. Like, does that make sense? Nobody's like gonna win the draw and then immediately skate anyway. Is this game worth buying, honestly? If you're not competitive or a franchise player, then no. I would say no. I'm not gonna... I mean, I can't really say that though. Like, don't go based off just what I'm saying. Like, as much as I like try to get my opinion as much, it is up to how come we couldn't shoot there? Oh my god, this guy's actually horrible, huh? Hang on, wait. In a realistic world, he wins the draw. Like, these guys aren't doing that now, right? Because they didn't want to go forward. So because they went sideways, they don't do the animation? Like that. What's 27 doing? He knows he's obviously going to pick the puck up and then go right into the guy. Look. If you're 27, that's not going to happen. If it's one animation for just the centers, or for certain anime, you got to fix this too. 250 animations, got to be something for this. How are they hitting that? Like he because he picks it up, he gets pulled into the guy to get hit into him. And he didn't even fall over. Nobody even fell. He gets hit, picks it up. I mean, give us something to where like he can just go like this and like around or something. Like, give us something when you actually have the puck too. Not just when you don't have it. It should still apply when you do have it. Because that could help us with the own goals we get with our own net. Maybe we get the puck and we do an animation because we're about to go right into our own goaltender. But the game doesn't give us that. We're still going to go put the puck right into the net. No, we go right into the guy instead of actually going around him. Like, that is still clunky. That is a clunky visual. As opposed to what? The center does something cool here. Like, or when they're the centers, they don't only at the draw. He tried to sidestep deep. No, he didn't. He went right into him. What are you talking about here? No way he did it. So it's a weird, it's a bad animation. Even if he didn't do that. Even if he didn't do that, he still, what? He would have done magically went away from the guy? No, he still would have went into him. Regardless if it's a sidestep or a side stripe, whatever the hell it is, deke at all anyway. Am I tripping? Are the players kind of lengthy? I like playing normal and playoff mode. It's just much better the same in 24. Wait till you see more actual footage. Which game do you want me to watch then? Here, Ray. Tell me which game you want me to watch. Is there something from back here? Because we have full game from Eki. I already watched that. Look at this. Greediest game yet. Give us money. Hell, we should watch this, huh? That's what we should do. Yeah, but like, is there something that you watched that? Because again, I don't think the Hut wild card is doing it justice, right? Because it's too slow. I don't even know why that's even a game mode, to be honest with you. If that's what's in store for Hut, I mean, we're kind of in trouble then, huh? Maybe this Hut squad battles, is that different? Is this an actual guy? I want to see actual online play. No, it's against AI. Of course not. I guess they're not going to give us that, right? Because we didn't get a beta, right? So of course we wouldn't have that type of footage. Is squad battles better, like faster? I actually want to end off on like something that I can actually look at. Forsberg, come on now. All right, let's see. Well, that's an animation of the center draw. That's something new. Yep. Oh yeah, we're cooked here. Nah, never mind. All right, this is faster, just a little bit. No, it's not. It's really not fast at all. Would you drink mud water for 1,000? No, I think probably EA would though. To be honest with you, they would have to try and make an actual good game. Yeah. Maybe Thrash's vid versus Sleeves. When did that? What? Was that an actual vid? I don't know how to type. Is that an actual thing or no? Or maybe it's not uploaded to YouTube. Like, I would have actually liked to have seen a video. Plays one game of wildcard versus sleep. Well, where? Wait, hang on. Where is it? Is it in? Is it this? That's just 25 gameplay, or no? That's probably just. Or is it on Thrash's video? On Thrash channel. Am I just not seeing it? Can you imagine if they like took it down or something? No, it wouldn't be back here, is it? Is this even his... Is this his main channel? Or is there other guys? The only thing I play on Nitro Games is Beer Pro Season and Franchise. Well, if you came for Franchise, you may be getting your money's worth this time, but I don't think it's something worth paying for now. Like, unless you want the Standard Edition. If you're, like, there's nothing really for the Deluxe Edition besides, like, Hut. And if you're a competitive guy playing online. Like, really, that's what it is. Like, I guess if you are competitive, right? Because if you're playing Hut, you're playing competitively. If you're after packs and stuff like that. Second vid, the ultimate guide to wildcard. Okay.
Today, I'm going to be playing my first ever game of wildcard here in NHL 25 and drafting my first
gameplay.
And our very first game ever of Hut Wildcard is against No Sleeves 12.
All right, here we go.
We're playing outdoors here.
Are these guys actually like decent? I haven't actually watched some of these guys. I don't watch Hut content. You know what I mean?
It's just 1 3-minute period. Whoever scores the most goals wins. All right, let's do it. He's got.
But these guys are gonna be slow as hell, right? Because that's how the game mode is for wildcard.
Push, win that draw. Let's go, and we are all started.
No, he's fast. He looks fast.
This feels definitely different. That's
no, if. Well, hang on. Let's actually hear what he's saying.
This feels. Win that draw. Let's go, and we are all started.
It feels different because it's too slow. You can't straight line anymore.
This feels.
Seth Jones.
Different.
I mean, he was never able to straight line anyway.
All right, Duclair gets a trip.
Oh yeah, trippings are the same.
Play. You can see above there the little power play bar.
Trippings are the same.
I wonder if they'll have any changes to the score clock.
Which you already know.
Here. All right, let's see if we can score one here on the power play. I didn't play with my lines or anything. They should be fine. They should be all set. But we are out here.
Oh my God.
Put it in his own net there.
I would have laughed to win
the
in.
Very first time playing Hut Wildcard, and we need to score a goal here. Come on, Sean Dursey.
These animations here, you guys are just running into each other. It doesn't make sense.
Down the Jones.
He just got body checked right there. Now he's getting sucked into him somehow.
Come on, I need to set up a one-time
control, working it. Okay. That actually looked nice right there. Right there, that looked nice. And actually, realistically, there was a big issue if you were going to go down low. There's no way you could ever like keep square to the net.
Back up to Jersey.
So watch what this guy does at the top of the screen. He goes down low and he's facing the guy here. You would see that. Before you had to like turn and kind of keep your back to him, which I guess could work in certain animations if you're trying to go around the net. Here you can only work it back to him, but at least that's an option to him.
Here, that's what I want.
Like he can work it down low for a potential give and go back to the slot if that was open. Like that was what does open up if that actually does work.
Jersey walk in
defensively. Hang on, he did a little defensive play there. Little Lafreniere, he's kind of staying square. Poke check.
On the backhand, can't stuff that one home. Not sure who is in net. Good opportunity.
It's pre-ordinance for 25 deluxe edition for the Chell.
Sure doesn't get through.
Oh God.
Get that stick in there. Okay, or not.
Nope.
Oh no, missed the hit. Monahan with the shot, and that one goes.
How did that go in?
Not.
Nope.
Oh no.
So that's still the same, obviously, right? He overextends. He's gonna miss. I mean, whatever. Why is he going for a body check? AI.
Monahan
AI.
Stick in there.
Wait, hang on.
Okay, or not.
Nope.
Doesn't make any sense either. Watch as this guy drives the net or drives the middle. He gets hit and he falls forward. See that? He gets hit. He should be falling the other way, but you know he's gonna fall forward somehow, as if somebody hit him from behind. That's what the animation is.
And that one goes right.
It's the same animation.
Danil Tarasov. Oh boy. A shorthanded goal that sneaks through the goalie, and that was a goal that went in very often last year. I really hope that's not going to be the case here in NHL 20.
Oh well, guess what? Right, you know, it's gonna be in the game.
Again, it's a short game, right?
If it's EA, it's in the game.
However, the good news about them is that if you lose, you can.
Like, do these guys actually like praise the game more often than not? I don't really watch these guys too much because they're Hut players.
Here we go.
Like, do these guys actually like what they're seeing, or just kind of like laugh it off if it's not there?
Forehand and a big save by the goalie. I hope.
For me, I don't know. Maybe am I like the only guy who like really does get pissed off? Like 2BC gets pissed off. Nasher doesn't really get mad, does he? Right? He's got to keep that sponsorship going.
Oh no. Okay, come on, Sleeves.
I'm probably never gonna get off from anything.
Joking? Now I gotta score a goal because he tried to do that. Come on, Frost. Okay.
Oh yeah, we're yeah, yep. Welcome to episode 24. Anything that when I'm gonna say, there's a lot of times I'm like stuff like that goes in. I'm like, welcome to NFL 24. If it happens in NFL 25, I'm gonna say the same line. Welcome to NFL 24, because that is not NFL 25. That is 24. Like, and I'm talking issues. Obviously, this is the game of hockey, so like the game's not gonna be revolutionary each year. But stuff like this, where it's an easy routine save, it goes under the pad, it goes in somehow. Welcome to NFL 24. Any own goals that happen, welcome to NFL 24. Any bounces that go for a rebound that's in, and we're like, you got 10 bodies here, somehow trying to get the puck, and somebody randomly goes through, somebody go in. Welcome to NFL 24. That is going to be the phrase. Going into NFL 25 is going to stay the same. This is the exact same thing.
That one was not great. Morgan Frost sneaks it through the goalie, and just like that, we are tied at 1. New replay angle, by the way. This is one of the newer additions to the game. But that shot probably shouldn't go in. Oh, boy.
Why is he saying probably? No, it should not go in. Be more firm with it, right? Like, it should not go in. Is it hard to say?
All right, like Chell, let's go, buddy. Little stop up. Nope, that didn't work out the way I wanted. I did not want to go for a spinorama. Offensive zone face.
All right, let's see this.
My line set up the way I want.
All right, well, they're doing a tie-up, which makes sense. Like, you kind of... Yeah, and goal. That's going in. That's going in. But, like...
That's okay, Paterka.
That should go in. Let's actually be real here. That should go in because of where he's shooting from. Nobody's even on him. Whose job was it to stop the guy coming in on the draw here? Who's playing defense right? Where's this guy going? Like, he just left the scene.
Okay, but
you got two guys. This is okay. Where's the reaction? Where's the reactive action for this guy right here? This hang on. Let's see it again.
I don't have my line set up the way I want. That's okay.
That right there. Where's his reactive action? No, he's going for the puck, right? He missed it. But then this guy can't get off him. That's the center. Center on center. He still can't get off him. Goes in for the body check and he actually threw his arms at him. He's like pissed off that it's still his thing. He's like, hey, what number 92 was saying? Hey, welcome to episode 24.
All right,
that's what he's saying. That's why there was nobody in the slot there.
The
defenseman can't jump up. He's got somebody else driving to the net.
That's not good. Oh boy.
But that is a goal that should go in. You want to have better defense there. But if the defense can't actually get there,
but we were just able to get to
like he goes in for it, misses. I can understand him colliding, but like when 23 is trying to get off him, he can't. You see how he's like stuck on him? Where's his like little smooth move? No, it's like certain animations have to line up perfectly for it to work.
But yikes.
Looks like I'm about to cancel only good thing in his franchise. so disappointed in this game already. This is with like 70 goaltenders in wildcard mode. These look much nicer.
All right, well, we're up by 1.
Hey,
here late in the
so Ray, is there anything that you would say negative to the game? Is there anything that you don't like about the game?
First and only period. Win that draw.
I can understand like pointing out positives and stuff because I am actually just kind of focusing on the negative. What is your complaint of 24 and what you may see here?
Oh my God, Joan, that isn't low far side. You know what?
That like this animation, I don't know if that should even be a body trick like that. He went in and elbow striked him across the chin. Well, hang on a second.
Maybe score one that isn't low far side. You know what I mean?
He did a spinning reverse elbow strike. That's what Seth Jones just did there. Well, hang on a second. Is that what we're missing in on the actual Chicago Blackhawks?
Jones, what a hit.
We need that.
Line change here a little long.
That was a slick reverse elbow strike, turning elbow.
Side, you know what I mean?
He went right across the chin there. Bang!
Oh my God, Jones, what a hit. Let's get a line change.
He had to throw some finesse.
Yep, beauty.
For that one.
Sanko picking
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh, it's offside.
Turning elbow
You
strike.
have a really good opportunity
across the face.
Just a couple seconds to
trying
go
to stay positive throughout. It's fine enough.
Score.
Here's the deal. Like, it's fine to be positive, but when there's no critiques, it's like you're not really doing it justice because there is issues in the game, and the positives don't weigh out the negatives. At least from what I'm seeing. It's not that I can't give EA props, but like there's not enough good stuff to say versus the negatives because the negatives are the main problem with the game. That is why people step away from the game.
Does he even have a hut card? What? Yeah, there he is.
When they don't acknowledge the issues and just sort of like camouflage it with their supposed innovative changes, that doesn't make the game better. That just makes it slightly different. But the changes, the main issues of the game still outweigh the actual positives that are being put in. Like, it's fine to have like, ooh, a little slightly new better graphics, but it's like, again, man, it's like, it's the puck bounces, it's the physics, it's everything, bro. That goalie's, you know, flopping over, goalie's not able to cover pucks or something, pucks going through, pucks being put into our own net randomly. It's like penalties, interference penalties, slashes that go through bodies. It's like, nah, man.
How many points you get for a win? And that is 100. So we finished.
I have worries with body checking. Well, yeah, I've already kind of concerned. Yeah, that's a huge issue. Puck pickups are still a huge issue. It's honestly hoping they fix the players getting hung up on each other, and it doesn't look like much has changed. The odd reactive action looks okay, but this needs so much more work. Yeah. Again, it's like, it's certain animations where it fixes, but it's like there's still plenty of other animations not being triggering or not being triggered. Like, there's other things there. Yeah, so this was NHL 25. This is NHL 25. You can also tell it's NHL 25 because it's the new scoreboard.
Offside, otherwise we haven't really get through to the
nothing here. Like,
no, that's really
again, maybe it's just because it's okay. Hang on. Yeah, that's all they have is the wild card. I don't even know what the wild card is. That something? It's got to be something new then, right? I'm assuming then you could switch it to be. Wait, was this always in the game? I don't even know. For instance, people complain about the puck trickling into the net a lot, which I say it's because goaltenders are idiots. I would have to disagree there, because there's plenty of times where you can't even cover the puck and it just goes in because whatever, the puck has a mind for the back of the net. It's going to be certain parameters to trigger the reactive actions, but that's based on animations lining up. That's based on, again, what you're saying, certain parameters, meaning it's not going to happen for every single thing, which means we're still going to be headbutting the boards, we're still going to be headbutting players at times. It shouldn't be certain parameters are made. 250 animations. Where are those 250 animations being played at? Like, where is it? Or is that just collectively you throw everything in? Like, where are these animations being seen? There was nothing for goalies either. No new animations for goaltenders. Certain save animations you're being stuck in an animation. The game is an animation focused game, which really is the downside of it. What's up, Quinn? How we doing, bro? It's like Dras is complete new. Yeah, but a lot of the time the puck will be sitting on the goal line, then the goalie tries to cover it, then the animation itself ends up pushing the puck in the net. Yeah, like there's nothing where it's like, okay, the puck's behind you. You just go like this and reach behind you and like pick it up. I guess there's nothing like that in the game, or something that's up in the air. Him just kind of like looking up and like gloving it. Like, it's simple stuff like that. You have to wait for it to land and like you fling your body and like put in your own net that way. And it's like, oh, we have to stay still if the puck's behind us, because there's no way if we move we're gonna knock in our own net. Like, turn and grab it. Goalies can do that. Like, there's not enough animations in the game then. You score a goal, but there is a stat posted above the player who scored, but it cuts so quickly to the spotlight celebration you can't read it. Yeah, it's like, well, that's just what the stat is, whatever trait. Well, yeah, it's either like the goal, like how many goals they have, or what trait they used or something. And yeah, that does actually cut very, very quickly. Like, you have to read it very quickly, or else you can't get it. Don't try and cover it in bad spots. Just hold your spot. Yeah, but like, again, that shouldn't be in the game. Like, where it's not a matter of like, okay, the goalie has to play better. No, it's the game could actually give us an animation to just pick it up. It's not a matter of like, you know, hey, it's fine that it's in the game. No, or like throw a skill gun in the game. No, it shouldn't be in the game. Like, that's how bad it is. That's why people complain. It's because it's something that not seen ever in real hockey. You got Igor Shesterkin, and the puck's behind him. He's not. Is he not just going to turn and grab it or fall down on it to stop it from moving into the net? He's not just going to stand there and just kind of like, and then the whistle blows. Like, no, it's in the game, but it's just, it shouldn't be there. That's why we hate it. Also, it's reads behind you now is because they were out of position in the first place. Well, that's not necessarily the case either. They could be in the right spot, and the puck still trickles in through their 7-hole, and then they go and try and reach back, and then they move and they go, and then the puck's in the back of the net, which I guess could happen. But again, give us an animation, just pick it up. It's not even that hard. You can't even really. It's not a matter of like defending that point. It's just saying, just give us something to pick it up. Like, you have all these new animations for Unnatural 24. Give us an animation to pick it up. It's like, I don't know how... Any easier way of saying it. Is it worth it? All I can say is, again, I mean, people ask that question a lot this stream, which I understand, new guys coming in. All I can say is, if you're a competitive guy playing in leagues or trying to play competitively, it's going to be worth it for you because obviously you're playing competitively. If you're a casual player, it's not worth it. If you're an offline player that's not playing franchise mode, it's not worth it. If you are playing franchise mode, I will say get the standard edition, play it next Friday. Or wait till it goes on sale. I mean, franchise mode is offline. You can do whatever you want. You don't even have to play it now at launch. But if you want to play it just to get ahead of the curve or whatever, and it's not even really getting ahead of the curve because you're not even playing for anything online. It's just a matter of what you're doing offline. But it's like, you know, that's up to you. If you're a competitive guy playing a game, then yeah, you would get the deluxe edition. But if you're not, then you're not. I wouldn't say it's worth it then. But that sucks because we obviously need to have players playing the game, even if they are casual, in order to actually have an actual player base to play off of. But I don't know. They aren't because they're standing when the player isn't tight. You should be butterfly. No, it's just a matter of like, no, I don't know, man. Maybe you're, I mean, you do play goalie, right, Ray? I think I do. I've seen you play goalie, so you obviously know more about the animations of the goaltender than me. As I was giving my rant about people need to be playing better defense and having pucks go through guys, I can maybe understand that point then, because I don't play goalie enough to know to know the spot. But I'm willing to say, like, all right, you know, if I'm playing defense, no matter how perfect it is, if it does go through me because of some weird animation that prohibited me from actually getting it, then I could say, well, that would be the game. That would be the flaw. But a lot of people, I think, don't play defense good enough. So I can understand that, you know, they need to obviously play better. And that it seems like that's what you're referring to in terms of the goaltender position, because you know that spot better than a lot of other people, including me, who doesn't play that spot. It's all fluff. Don't try it. Ever make sense of this stuff. EA logic and work ethic needs to be studied, because at this point it's unjustified. There's a million reasons why the puck could trickle behind the goalie, but there's no reason why a goalie should have to be afraid to attempt to cover the puck. Goalies don't ever hold butterfly. They save a shot, then try to stand up when they should be staying down until it's safe to stand up. Well, that when I see that, I say, well, you got what you deserve. But understand that, like, again, you're playing online. There's an input delay. You don't really see things. You may you may accidentally let off the trigger instead of just holding it down. Like, there's a lot of things that could go wrong in an online setting that would obviously make your goalie stand up in certain spots where he probably should have stayed down or something. I don't know. But that's not even the problem, too, either. Like, you could stay butterfly and the puck would go on the goal line, and then you go and pick it up and you got this animation and he hits it off his skating in. Like, that's That's what we're trying to get at. It's like, that's not good. We don't want those animations. There were so many times where I would scroll up to the puck, and it goes through my goalie due to the player having close quarters. It was so stupid. And that's where we kind of get into the idea of like, all right, how good is the shot angle and how good is the shot itself, right? Because it's like, if he's in the slot, close quarters, he's got a lot of net to shoot at, and you're a goaltender, no matter how good a position you're going to be in, I don't think you're going to win against a goal close quarter shot, because it's goal close quarters for a reason. That's where I kind of would defend the point of, all right, you need better defense as a team, because there's no reason why you should be letting somebody in the middle.
Good news.
Were there any goals?
Come on, Frost.
No, not this one. There's no reason you should be like, let's say this is a goal close quarter shot here. There's no reason this should be open to him. Like, let's say he's closer, right? Let me get a better angle.
Our own face off. I don't have
Let's say he gets this puck.
That's okay.
And he's like right here in the slot, like basically where number 10 is, but like slightly to the right. And he takes a goal close quarter shot. I mean, you're just asking for a goal. Like there's some areas or some shots where I would say no matter how good the goalie is, because it's a goal close quarter shot, or because it's a gold X factor shot, and it's from a certain angle and how close it is, that should go in. Even if it's silver close quarters, you can understand from that point that could go in. And in reality, that you would blame your defense. If I was playing center, if I was playing defenseman, I'd be like, damn, I can't let that happen. And that's more on me than a goaltender. Now you get those other guys that are like, well, no, the goalie should save everything. It's all on him. Those guys suck and will never be competitive. The guys that do take accountability will actually say, hey, this is bad defense. That should never go in. Or that should never be shot. The goalie can maybe take blame on that too, obviously, because he wants to play the game perfectly as well. But there's some shots I just think he's probably not going to get all the time. And you could tell he's slightly to the right with the shots going left. That's why that went in. And that's AI too. I completely against the meta of most others. So the meta, the meta of elite edges, 6'1", 160, all that. Well, they are going to change that, right? So EA is obviously on your side with that as well. At least from what I've heard. So many goalies refuse to go butterfly even when they make the initial save by their goaltender going butterfly. They don't stay low, instead stand up, which causes the puck to trickle. What I think is happening is the animation causes the goalie to go down. They didn't initially press the trigger to go down to butterfly. And what happens is when they make the save, they stand back up instantly because they never actually pressed the button or held the trigger down. But when they do that, it may be after the save. So they go down, they stand up, and then they go back down again. And that was what causes the puck to trickle in. But why can't we just cover the puck? You know, like, can we just go like that and cover it? Why does it matter if we're staying in a butterfly or not? Like, if you have possession, just cover it. Like, the goalie should naturally do that, not we have to press a button to do it. Again, maybe I'm stepping out of my league here because I don't play goaltender too much. So simple, if they're in tight, you should be butterfly or get beat. Low glove, blocker side by close quarters. Yeah, but there are a lot of times when a stupid shot goes in and I'm squared to the puck and don't make any sense. Should not be saving a shot from wide open and tight like that. I mean, yeah, I can understand, again, like, from that perspective, like, okay, this... I mean, yeah, there is a skill gap for goaltenders. I mean, if we're trying to fight the skill gap of it, I can understand where you're coming from. But it's the animations that are based off that skill gap. Well, that's the same argument I made with defense, too, so... That's actually... Then I can understand just a little bit. Because again, from a defensive perspective, you never want that shot to ever go through. A lot of guys complain about the pucks going through them when they're in a good spot, quote unquote. When they emphasize good spot, they don't actually know what a good spot is. And when I actually see their gameplay, it's like, well, you're actually getting beat here because of that. It's because of your poor spot as opposed to their good spot. In your example, I'm not saying what happens. It should hit my chest, drop down, then goes through my pads, and it doesn't make any sense because your goalie goes low to make the save animation because you never held the button to stay. Butterfly, you stand up. Feels goalies alone should have gold and silver X Factor and superstar abilities, and skaters have to choose either 1 gold or 2 silver, not all 3. I'm speaking for the EASHL point of view. Goalies alone should have the gold. Skaters have to choose either 1 gold or 2. Oh, okay. So either one or the other. So like putting your eggs in one basket versus spreading it out, even though it's only 2. I don't know. I think it's fine the way it is because it gives more variety to the build. If you have to choose between one or the other, then you're just picking one thing, and it's like, I don't know about that. Because that's the thing, like the gold would have to be so good for me to choose that versus anything else. And the gold would still be limited to the class itself. Like I can't use truculence on a PMD because it doesn't go with that. But I could select a silver truck with maybe something else. And that could still be sufficient enough to play solid defense. I don't know. I mean, I don't think we have to change the build system like that. I just think the traits, either the traits itself have to have, like the ones that aren't used have to be better buffed to a point where it's not OD, but enough for it to be competitive versus the other metas. Or you just have to get rid of the X factors in general. Because otherwise you're still gonna see the same type of effect. Like you get rid of elite edges, you might see another meta pop out somewhere. Like that's what's going to happen. Yeah, there's no news on Be a Pro. Be a Pro's the same. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I play goalie, like I don't think I've ever played goalie. Actually, I think I played like 1 game of goalie. And yeah, it was a tough. Obviously I'm not good enough to play goalie, but I do kind of understand a little bit of what Quinn is saying, but I think it's literally just because we're not anticipating the shot itself. So like we take a shot and we save it, but we didn't actually press down on the trigger to stay butterfly when the goalie does go butterfly. So therefore we stand back up and then we sit back down again. Because we're holding it now, you know, like after the shot is taken. And if we don't glove it initially, then we're going to stand back up. And then when we stand back up, it can trickle down and then we go butterfly and that's what pushes it into the net. Like I have seen that whenever I did play goalie, and I see it from other people too. Is they're not actually seeing, maybe it's they're not seeing the shot itself, or they're not ready for the shot, and the save animation itself is what is like, it goes into butterfly, but then it stands up right away. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, again, like I don't know the meta for goalies, so I couldn't really speak on the topic so much. But again, I feel like, you know, from what we've seen, this isn't a good sign going into World of Chell for NHL 25 come Friday. All I can say is I'll be able to tell you from the first game whether it is a significant change. Like it feels different. Now it's gonna feel different naturally based on the speed, because we're not gonna be having our, you know, max speed Excel builds and all that, and the X factors that go with it. But I will say, I'll be able to tell if the gameplay itself feels different, because I know for a fact, I mean, based on what I've seen here, this isn't different. You know what I mean? It's not different. It's not really different. Let me just see if there's anything else in terms of gameplay. Oh, look, it's me. Rangers, we saw that. We saw that. The Nasher. Oh, this is actual hockey. Like, do we want to watch that? Nah. Franchise mode here. Does he have a gameplay in there? So this guy's actually going in depth with the franchise mode.
We had on a PTO. He just Franco, Taylor Hall pick, and Adam Henrique for 4. But honestly, looking at this, 2022 Stanley Cup final. How cool is that? Could keep 1. Now,
yeah, he's only going over the franchise mode as it stands. This would be cool. I mean, if somebody does a franchise mode series, that'd be interesting to watch. But it's like, I'm not really into that. You know what I mean?
Today, all the big notable NHL YouTubers have started releasing NHL 25 content, which of course does not include me, but I've been watching it all anxiously, hoping that I can see positive things that can revitalize my hype, but unfortunately, I've only been left with more concerns. So let's get into my concerns. Starting off, I want to talk about the gameplay, which was one of the things I thought looked very promising in terms of feeling new. While the skating and gameplay seems to offer a new feel, to say that's fresh would be a stretch. From the gameplay I've seen, the goals that were being scored are the same goals that were going in NHL 24.
Yeah.
The difference in scoring you'll see is from the new timed one-timers, a creator I really enjoy called
Timed one-timers.
Timed one-timer?
Wait, what game was this? He's already mad about it.
It's broken. Hopefully this is something that EA can patch a bit. Overall, I still feel like the goalies are in
Again, everything that they add is always going to be maxed out. Oh, like super OD. That's just natural.
need of a mass.
And then it always takes time for them to, because they want to be able to see it in effect. They want to see it working.
Especially considering that we still
so no matter what, the game is always going to be, it's going to be heavy 1Ts. Like, it's just going to be heavy 1T probably.
The next
finding the 1T.
I have involves HUT. Now, we are only in the early access phase for HUT, so it might change, but currently the reward system in NHL 25's HUT seems severely worse than previous years. This is especially bad for free-to-play players, where before you could get your weekly HUT rival rewards and squad battle rewards.
But hang on, I actually want to hit
involves HUT. Now, we are only in the
HUT.
early access phase for HUT, so it might change, but currently the reward system in NHL 25's
Oh, I know nothing about the reward system. I don't really care.
They have streamlined all the modes to a single linear progression path to earn coins, packs, and other rewards. Now, I actually really like this change because it means you can play whatever mode you want and work towards progressing this almost battle pass like XP path. Gone are the days where you basically are
Can we
squad battles to
is there anything for Will
The
Chell?
problem is that right now in early access, the rewards on the XP path are extremely underwhelming, and my fear is that EA has the choice to continue this moving forward, making the game harder for free-to-play players. I wish I could say that I trust them not to do this.
Hard to free-to-play players? Well, that was going to be me, so that's not going to be good. If the progression's not going to be good.
I hate that they're pushing really hard for people to buy the deluxe edition to get the 7 days early access and all the promotional content for this game.
I was actually thinking about diving into it a little bit, but I might not.
That's right, late, not on the actual release. Let's face it, you get it late. Selling so hard on this fear of missing out is so scummy, and in my opinion, I just hate it. This one is going to hurt a lot of fans, but we knew it was coming. NHL 25 be a pro. While I haven't seen gameplay, from what we've heard from 2G24's video, it sounds like it hasn't been touched, which means that there's a very real.
Yeah, we knew that though. Like, whatever they say, if they don't address something, it's not going to be changed. Well, hang on a second.
Heard anything about yet is
where's the reactive action here when it's off the draw here? They just headbutt each other again. Look, they're headbutting each other. That's the same thing. Oh, because it didn't meet certain parameters, right?
Very disappointing news for those who play it. All we know is that they're adding.
It didn't meet certain parameters.
The game releases in 2 days and we still don't have much on it. Means that it wasn't built for EA to really try and market it as a selling point for the game. The last thing I'll just
No, it's. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it should be seen more often. It should be a clearly defined thing. It shouldn't just be something that's there. You know what I mean? Like, eventually.
In my opinion, completely failed, and the majority of us turned it off. And now, if you want to lock players into a position, which is something we've needed for a really long time, you have to do it through this conversation system. I think it's going to be really slow and really tedious, and after some time, we'll all be.
What we really need to see is the menus to move faster. Like, I want to be able to load into what. I want to be able to hit start on the game, go to Will of Chell, go into the menu, go into the locker room within like maybe 20 seconds of time. That's how quick it should be. I mean, we dropped old gen for a reason, right? Let's actually benefit from the new gen systems. Or do we have to wait till 26 to do that? Like, at what point can we say, hey, these changes should be happening now, not over the course of 5 years later? Because what are we actually getting? I don't know, bro. I mean, like I said, that's for 25 coming out Friday. I'll be streaming it probably around the time I started this stream. So probably around like 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. But yeah. So yeah, I don't really know. There's not really much else to say other than I'll be able to tell you right from the start if the game's going to be even worth playing. Probably join like 15-20 minutes. I'll be able to tell you if it's going to be worth it, unless for some reason I'm not into the locker room by that time and I'm still waiting to get guys on. So I don't know. It's all depend on when my guys want to get on and we can start playing. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to call it there, guys. It's actually a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Didn't think I was actually gonna go through the amount of stuff I did, but I'm just trying to squeeze as much of the content as I can. You already got people doing how to do all decent Adventure 25, an exact carbon copy of Adventure 24. So I don't know how that's, you know, anything new there, but I guess that, yeah, that's, I don't really see anything else really new here. All right, Quinn. Sounds good, man. Hope you have a good night. Hope you have a good rest of your night. I think there's a couple new ones. What new deeks now? Like, even if it is couple new, like they would have to revamp that too, because like the deeks don't really seamlessly go together either. But yeah, I don't know. Again, guys, we'll touch on more this Friday. So I hope you guys enjoyed. You have a good rest of your night. I'll catch you guys in episode 25 on Friday. Hopefully, it's good. All right. But I'll see you guys then.